I said, so was it Abraham Lincoln that did that? Well, I don't. Man, get the fuck out of here.
You don't think it's cool just to celebrate it just because?
That's the problem right there. That last three words you said, just because. You fall right into their shit.
Why do you fall right into their shit?
Because you just saying it's not no reason, just because. No real reason, just because. They offered it to us.
I don't know if they offered it to us versus making a federal holiday.
So nah. Uh-uh. More that technology holiday bullshit they throw out at people, pacify them. I'm confused. So what I do about February now then? Just throw that away?
I mean,
Which was more important?
is there too many days where you can celebrate blackness in America? I mean, it is blackness in America.
So I would think that would be damn near every day in the things that we do.
So then I'm saying if they're making a holiday for white people to celebrate blackness,
Okay, well, make me a day that you brought us to slavery, like you did for veterans and shit. Give me a day like that so I can really, have some, mourning and real sense of something. Give me a day like that. Then tell me the day that you brought us into slavery so I can mourn that day with like Veterans Day. Let me get that day off. Like you do Sundays and shit. Let me get that day off. Don't just give me some day that took a motherfucker 2 years to tell some people across the country that they was free. Let's stop that smorgasbord of bullshit.
well, I think
Coach,
What up? What up?
I think the point of look,
I don't know if this morning show, dinner show, I'm confused.
Why is that a
Bless you, sir.
bless you,
thank you.
bless you?
You know.
I should be having a night cold or something. I ain't never heard this nigga sneeze until we get in the nighttime.
Man,
Oh, so it's the night show then. Thank you for that hint.
No, that's a nice shit.
it's the
Yeah, thank you
dinner
for that hint.
tables. It's
The
the
dinner
dinner
table.
table.
Dinner table. So thank you for that hint.
Dinner
You know.
table.
What you gonna say, Coach? You
Uh,
had like a thought on your brain. I was just talking about we was talking about Juneteenth, and I'm mad already because they arrested that brother down in North Carolina because the son got hit by a car.
what? I
Seven
didn't hear
year.
about this.
Uh,
Was this today?
this is like couple. This is like 3-4 weeks ago or
Three,
something
four
like
weeks
that.
ago?
Yeah, and nobody's hearing about it. But his wife was at the store. Store's a few blocks away from the house,
Mm.
and so the kids wanted to go home. And so the dad said, "Okay, send them home with the 10-year-old and the 7-year-old boy. Send them home a couple blocks." He's talking to the 10-year-old. So they're walking home. Somehow the 7-year-old walks off the curb, and old lady hits the little boy.
Okay.
So now they don't charge the old lady for anything, but they charge the parents for child neglect and manslaughter and stuff.
They charged the parents
Parents
with manslaughter?
and child endangerment and locked them up and gave them $1 million bail. They reduced it to 150,000. They still put in jail behind it. Can't
Who he
even
talking about?
can't even do none of that shit.
Who he talking about?
I
I
sent
see
Glasses the link.
Trap with the fresh cut.
Yeah, you know, I had to get that tent. You know what I'm saying?
So here's a story. 7-year-old's parents were arrested after he was killed by a car. Now they're speaking out from jail. Samuel Jenkins and Jessica Ivy's case raises complex questions of parental culpability and how his checkered arrest record could influence the severity of charges. Samuel Jenkins puts on a stoic front during his days at the Gaston County Jail. In here, I can't show weakness, so I can't be crying, he said. That's during the day. At night, he wakes up in tears, tortured by the death of his
That
7-year-old
hurts me right
son,
there.
Legend, who was struck and killed when he stepped into a road on May 27th.
I know that feeling.
Jenkins and his wife, Jessica Ivy, were arrested 2 days later and charged with involuntary manslaughter and multiple counts of child abuse. Their alleged crime, allowing their 10 and 7-year-old children to walk home 2 blocks away without an adult, leading to the younger child's death. Each
How old
parent,
again?
Yeah,
10 and
10
11?
and 7.
Okay.
Each parent was initially held on a $1.5 million bond before it was reduced to $150,000. I couldn't handle it, Jenkins, 31, said in the phone interview from jail last week. I'm suffering in my sleep. When I can sleep, I dream about Legend. I wake up and I'm in here. It's been about 3 weeks and I still haven't gotten to really mourn. He said, I have not grieved. Jenkins and Ivy, who was pregnant, were handcuffed 2 days after their son was killed. You would think they'd at least wait until after we buried our child, Jenkins said. Jenkins said he was so depressed that he'd be in jail on the day of the funeral. Then he learned that city council member Cheryl Littlejohn had persuaded a judge to allow him and his wife to be temporarily released and escorted by sheriff's deputies to say their final goodbyes to legend in person. That provided some relief, gave us some comfort to spend that time with him, he said. I asked my son to forgive me for not being there for him. The weight of all this sent Samuel into a tailspin. He said he was under a suicide watch for 5 days. Ivy, who also remains in jail, pregnant, said in a phone interview that
she
the
got more
past
kids
2
than me.
weeks feel like an out-of-body experience, echoing her husband on the difficulties of grieving her child while also worrying about their fate. It's also been my worst fear to lose all my children, and now I lost my baby, and then I get thrown right in jail, she said. It's real hard. We haven't gotten to experience life without him, not really being in here. I miss him. I miss my husband. I miss my other children. The charges against Jenkins and Ivy have resulted in a flurry of national attention, with parents asking how much child autonomy is too much and what counts as negligence. Many commenting on the Gastonian Police Department's Facebook page question how allowing children to walk unsupervised near their home crosses boundaries when they themselves did so and allowed their children to do so. Others insist the intersection is too busy and unsafe for children. Some cast blame on the police department and interrogate the legality and morality of holding the grieving parents responsible for their child's death. North Carolina doesn't have a law that addresses when a child can walk unaccompanied by an adult, according to legal experts. The driver of the car has been identified as a 76-year-old woman. She wasn't charged. Gastonian police declined to comment to NBC News. In a statement, they said there is no evidence of speeding or wrongdoing on the part of the driver, therefore no charges have been filed. The driver continues to be cooperative, and the incident remains under active investigation by the Gastonia Police Department's traffic division. In such cases, adults must be held accountable for their responsibilities to ensure a safe environment for their children, police said in a statement.
You good?
Fuck, that got me steaming.
Okay, first
Nah, okay. One of y'all could go first, because I want to say something towards it.
I'm hot as fuck.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Glasses, you have a beautiful reading voice.
Yes.
Number 2. Did a
It's
great job.
metrosexual
Need to read some gangsta ass bedtime stories.
But go ahead.
Some gangsta ass. That's what we're gonna do with you, Glasses. We're gonna do a voiceover gangsta bedtime stories right there. That's what we're gonna do with you right there.
That'd be great. But so my problem with the situation is they don't already have a law in place for what's considered negligent or, child endangerment for that case, for this particular case. So it's kind of like they're going by this subject, by what happened right here, and they're just making it up as they go along.
Yeah, trying to give blame.
Anytime there's a black person, it's to get the book get thrown at them.
Oh, they black.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude is black and the woman's white.
Okay.
And they in North Carolina.
So yeah, they already don't like that.
Yeah.
That's already shunned upon. But now I'm just kind of wondering, in you guys' opinion, at what age do you think it's cool for a kid to walk?
So that's what I want to answer right there. So my kids went to school 2 blocks away from where I live at, from my house, right?
Okay.
So we had to go pick them up until their last year was within 5th grade. You had to go and pick them up from school. Somebody had to go and pick them up from school. So I guess 5th grade is like what, 10 years old? It's about 10 years old right there. So I think 10 years. I think it is. I think 10 years old is a reasonable, age to let your kids walk home from school. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
So the question, Trap. Excuse me. Question be, go along with what you said, Trap. Then how old is it to let a kid babysit?
Now that goes to like 14 or something like that. I feel like
because the 10-year-old, you say the 10-year-old is okay to walk home by himself, but now he's walking home with the 7-year-old. So is he old enough to babysit a 7-year-old?
That's actually interesting. That's a great point.
But
see, where I'm from, you walk home at 7.
Yeah, exactly. Where I
come from.
Like I couldn't believe they wasn't let. We had to pick them up. Up until 5th grade, we had to pick them up from school every day. Up until 5th grade, we couldn't. They wouldn't let them walk. They wouldn't let them walk home by themselves.
I'm talking about me. We didn't have all this technology
Oh,
and stuff.
no,
What
but
if
that's
you
what
live-
that's what's different.
What if you live next to the school?
Bro, I live 2 blocks away from the school.
No, that was the requirement of the school of releasing your kid.
Yeah.
This place, there is no law.
Yeah, there's no.
So, but what I'm telling Coach is, like, what if his son is 7? Like, what if Dada was 7 or something, and y'all live a block or 2 down?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And him and all his friends is
They
walking.
wouldn't let it go on. They wouldn't let it go on.
Not the law, because this law is not in effect here.
So
The schools don't let it go on.
There is no law there.
There is no law here. There's no rule at the schools here. Like,
Okay,
rules,
I got you.
especially in New York and Los Angeles,
And
are
they
night
wasn't
and
at
day.
school either. They was at the store, neighborhood store.
So I'm like,
They were saying they walk home every day from school, but they
Yeah,
was at the local store.
I'm like, I was young.
I was, man, I was so young.
You know, I was 1st grade getting on the bus, like, you know.
Yeah.
So, but my kid personally, it's funny Glasses asked me that question because he actually went to a school not that far from my house, and his ass couldn't walk nowhere. Like, he kept begging me, "Hey, can I walk home with my friends?" Fuck no.
So, but that was you that chose not to let him. Yeah, that was you. He was old enough to do it. It was you that chose not to.
Yeah,
my thing is this, like me and Glasses was talking about before you came. I know when I'm coming up to a corner or something and I see people standing at that crosswalk, I pay attention and slow down because I know people in the crosswalk got the right of way. Always here in Washington.
Do we know where she hit him at in the street?
I was looking at the picture. It looked like it was the crosswalk at the corner. They didn't say they came from the middle of the street or behind a car or something. It looked like they was following the crosswalk, you know, to the street. So for me, it's like when you come into the corner of a crosswalk or something, how you not see kids on the side of the road? Like, how do you not see the kids on the side of the road? Because we know people will just walk across the crosswalk without stopping and looking. We know,
you know how that happens. You know how that happens when people be parking when people park so much to the corner. When them blind spots start happening, B.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That could be maybe that it, but I'm just saying though. You know, I don't blame the kids per se the whole way or the parents. It's more of a totality of things happening that made that happen.
So let me ask y'all. So what do y'all feel like justice would be in this situation for them, everybody to
a pure accident?
Yeah, you don't charge the parents. But you know what they doing though? What they doing is this though, right? So they got the new law right now that if your child goes to the school and shoots the school up, they charge the parent. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Being like that, they be on some shit like, yo, you knew your child, you wasn't monitoring your child enough, mental issues or whatever he had like that. So now we're gonna charge you with it. Like the first charge they did with that. So I think that kind of like falls into that right there. Like negligence between your kids. Like you're not watching how you're not monitoring your kids enough.
I don't think that's negligence of an accident happening. That's not negligent. Accidents are not negligence per se. You know, it's an accident. If it wasn't an accident, it'd be negligence.
I think that's the point, though. I think it's an accident.
You know?
Yeah, it is an accident.
But I don't know. That's deep. That was a crazy way to start this shit off today.
Yeah,
man. I'm sorry, man.
Like
hey,
take it wrong.
I see shit like that, and I be like,
I seen that with Fat Joe. That's
you seen that, right?
I wouldn't want to talk about that.
Nah, we ain't got to talk about it. That's wicked though, B. It's just a witch hunt, B. It's a witch hunt. Watch you keep around you, B.
That he slept with some 15 or 16-year-old.
I don't even want to mention that part. I don't want to mention that part. I mention more so.
The thing is,
why you say how many years ago?
I'm just curious how many years ago.
Okay. I don't know.
Nah, he said one of the girls is married to an athlete right now, so it was a while ago.
Years ago.
That's your old as hell though.
That's what I'm saying. How many years ago was this?
Yeah, I don't know, but like I said, I wouldn't even want to gossip about that. Like that's like, man, listen.
Witch hunt, B.
Yeah, we was talking about it earlier, right? Where it was like, I was talking to Steve. It made me want to talk about this with Steve because we was talking about it, and we was talking about everything going on with Travis and Pusha, and people are mad at Pusha. Like, this is what I'm saying when I be saying hip hop ain't been hip hopping. Like, and me and Trap been argue this, but I know every day he get closer to the light every day. where he like, damn, glasses ain't as crazy as I thought he was.
Let me get my sunglasses. Let me get my
No lie.
sunglasses, man. Let me get my sunglasses
No
real
lie.
quick.
Hey, I'm gonna hear this out first before I make my comment. Okay? Can
When
I
I
hear this
first
out?
told
It's getting
Trap,
good.
when I first told Trap that Drake wasn't hip hop, he thought I was crazy. I'm like, Trap, like you.
No, I went with Drake. No, I went with Drake. I went with Drake from the jump.
At first, you was like, man, I don't know, and I'm like, think about it.
We
And
never,
you
you
thought
know,
about it, and a
right,
day
just the
later, you
wheels
did
fell off.
agree.
Try to
No,
show
bro, no. I always thought Drake wasn't hip hop.
Look
And
at
then,
Rap.
like I kept telling him, Travis and them make rock.
No,
music.
now Travis, I go with the Travis one. You put like you saying the Travis joint, and
But
I
what I'm
wasn't
saying,
pushing on that.
It's not so
You got
much
that nigga
like
sweating this shit.
it's not
Right?
so much it's not so much like a slander towards him. I think him, Uzi, they make rock music, right?
Okay.
Cardi and them make rock music. So I was telling Trap, I'm like, hip hop is like an ethic you grow up with. It's like when we keep saying the culture, I think people think the culture is rapping. And I'm like, that's not what hip hop culture is. Yes, rapping is an element of expressing said culture, right? But I'm saying that's not what the culture is, right? So I'm like, it's a way that even though Trap is from Queens, you from Inglewood, I'm from Watts, came from Hilltop Tacoma, you feel me? We all kind of know certain things where you grew up in like these kind of street urban cultural settings. Like one of them is like you don't kind of backbite homies, right? If you backbite a homie, you know that come with a problem. So like if you Travis Scott and you greasing for real to hear your music and you tell it for real, you my idol and let me play my music for you. And you play the music and then you got a song where another dude is dissing for real, but you don't play that for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
People around gonna look at you funny. Like it's a story. I made a song about a rapper before. And I never get into it because I be trying to keep it. I be trying to be cool because I don't want to get mad and have to do nothing.
Put it out?
Yeah, I put this song out.
Okay.
And
What's the
I
name
played
of
it for some of his friends. Right? I played the song for some of his friends. Now, me and his friends talked and it wasn't no thing. But when the song came out, his friends kind of start acting like they never heard the song. And I took a high road and I didn't kind of ice him.
Okay.
But that's not necessarily, that don't make me right or real. Like, for real, like that's push a man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If a nigga do some backbiting shit to for real, where like where Travis got a song where Drake dissing for real, talking crazy about him, and you don't play him that song, but you trying to play based off our standards. Like if somebody talking shit about you, coach, and they popping it and all that, and I don't tell you nothing, that's kind of some buster ass shit. That's backbiting. Same with you, right? So it's like we know that because culturally we're raised this way. That's hip hop culture, ethics, morality. Right, we're raised this way.
That's okay.
We're raised this way.
And you right, G. You definitely right about that. But we all do got homies or no niggas who
that do sucker shit.
Yeah.
And guess what? And we call them suckers.
Like Palm talking shit about the Lobos.
We call them dudes suckers.
Our niggas know Lobos.
I do my research.
But people be telling me, people be mad and telling me they like, well, Glasses, he don't have to, he could have said it a long time ago. Why he got to make it a part of his rollout? I'm like, did you get mad when Nas waited to drop Ether? Should he have dropped it in the moment? Hey, I got Ether. I finished it on October 2nd. I'm gonna drop it on October 9th, or I'm gonna ship it. Like, no, you make it a part of what you doing for what you doing.
I want to know what rap song this is because I'm gonna go listen to it.
So it's the Meltdown song. It's the Meltdown song that was on Travis Scott Utopia album.
Did.
Oh yeah, I want to hear that too.
Yeah,
so
I want to
hear that too. Yeah, you gotta let me know what song that is. But it is though the reason why they really going off on them though.
That I didn't want to say it, so I didn't have to say it. So when you asking me after I just told you because I didn't want to say it, why are you doing it? Why?
It's cool.
I'm sorry.
So what I think it is though, man, is that he's showing patterns, B, of suckerness. Well, I know suckerness is the good one, is the being a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Because he did that. Then he did the shit on the Rolling Loud stage when they were performing, when Metro was performing and Future was performing, and he telling them, yo, play the song, play to like that song. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that Kendrick on the song going at Drake. You know what I'm saying? So he don't even like he's a real wicked nigga because he don't really got no side. He just want to be a sucker ass nigga, no matter who he being a sucker to, B. You know what I'm saying? It's just corny shit, B. That's all it is, though. You know what I'm saying? So whatever Pusha want to do right now, with them using it for the rollout, I ain't mad at him for that shit. The fuck you mean? I'm using this shit for, I'm saying I'm exposed a sucker for being a sucker for my rollout. Yeah, cool. That's cool.
But there's more people mad at Pusha for exposing his sucker than Travis at being a sucker. And Travis not no sucker. You know why Travis not no sucker? Because that's some regular ass, no standard American punk ass shit to do. The mainstream America, that's some punk ass shit to do. That's regular American shit. You be cool with this nigga at the cubicle. This nigga, you at the water, you know, thing, getting your water, and this nigga talking shit about Jim, and Jim is right in the same cubicle with you, and you go sit back up with Jim, and this nigga that talk shit about Jim and act like you and Jim is cool. That's some regular shit that humans do. That's why I say hip hop is a greater sense of morals.
Oh, I think we got to start giving these niggas passes though, just because they not. We know sucker shit is sucker shit universally.
No. That's only something I keep thinking. This is why I keep telling you it's not black culture. This ain't normal for black people because black people are raised differently. We're raised the same way. Everybody black ain't raised this way. I'm gonna give you something crazy. This might be the craziest thing you heard in your life.
Okay.
Every black person, when the first time they got hit at school, every black parent ain't telling their kid to go whoop that person's ass. You know that's not standard. There's some black parents like, go tell the teacher.
So is that maybe it is standard, but you got your outliers, black parents who say, because I think everybody in this room, black who got hit at school and came home, they all our parents said, go whoop that ass. Like, yeah, we walking down. Hey, where he live? Come on, let's go.
But I'm saying we're all from street urban backgrounds. Everybody black ain't from street urban backgrounds. I keep thinking, I think we sometimes think that everybody from Inglewood, like every town that black people live in, or most black towns that black people live in is Inglewood, and it's not.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But you don't think that, like how we talked about it last dinner table. You don't think that they might got some friends or some people in their family that was raised in the Inglewood or Watts? And
some people do and some people don't. I just don't think it's most of us, and I think that's the confusion.
You don't think it's most of us?
No, and I think even that's why hip hop has always been a very unique perspective. Hip hop ain't been great for years because everybody understood it. Most black people didn't understand. Right now, black people still don't understand Bloods and Crips.
So you think there's more?
Like most black people
listen,
most black people in America think Bloods and Crips is two gangs to this day right now.
Shit, hold on. What's going on here?
Oh, I know. I understand what glasses is.
What happened? It's not two different gangs? It's under the same flag?
Yeah, that's what they understand. But most,
is it under the same flag? What you telling me?
Quite like,
yeah, he not understand him and Trap.
No, Coach get it, but I think he like.
I don't get it.
Wait a minute. But
I think you like he said. People think that all Bloods is Bloods.
Lex thinks that. Shout out.
Oh, okay. But, all right, that's what you're saying. All right.
Most people think Bloods and Crips is two gangs.
Mm-hmm.
They think 18th Street is one gang.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
California thing though.
No,
it's not.
Niggas in East Coast.
But ain't it Bloods and Crips and but it's different sets though?
Crips and
they know about Crips and Bloods, but they don't know about sets. Different.
That's
I'm not the same as any other gang.
But that's all. But listen, as long as they're
Crip,
but listen, I'm not the same as every other Crip.
Everybody watching is a Crip.
You know, we got
all black people watching the Crips.
Most of them in Tacoma is.
Most black people.
You from Tacoma? You from Tacoma? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tacoma popping. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's
Tacoma get crazy.
Yeah, low key niggas really don't know.
Tacoma get crazy. Dead ass. Now Tacoma get wild. For real.
Like low key, I told King, I was talking to a couple homies. The first gang started out of California that was a Crip or a Blood gang is Hilltop. Okay. That was the first its own gang, Hilltop Tacoma Crip.
History Trap.
So it's like we gotta have Kev Mack for that. But what I'm saying, Coach, is most black people, like Lex, thinks Blood and Crip are two different gangs. That's it.
But when you say that, that's confusing though, bro. When you saying it's two different gangs though, is it all?
He of the culture, but he don't.
No, trap half
you're
of the
missing-
culture.
listen what
Look,
I'm telling
trap
you.
is half of the culture.
I'm saying this because I'm saying the difference between black culture and street urban culture. Trap, who's in the street urban culture, he's struggling to understand it.
No. Listen, street urban culture. Yeah,
Listen, Lex, who is more black culture and was a street urban culture, really feels like Bloods and Crips are two gangs.
Okay,
the Bloods,
so are you
the
saying
Crips.
Lex and Trap, they're black culture and Bloods and Crips are street culture?
No, I'm telling you, Trap and Lex both grew up in street urban culture.
Okay.
Lex is way further removed. Trap is still in the mix of street urban culture.
Okay.
But most black people, this is how far black people are away from street urban culture people as a mass, that most black people think Bloods and Crips are two gangs. That's it.
Okay.
Now let me tell you why. I'm the way I am though.
Colors.
Let me tell you why.
Colors.
That's no. That's not my thing. I don't get involved with the understanding the way the language goes within gang membership though, like that, man. And I don't.
That's how I felt about hip hop. I did not try to get into it at first. I never felt entitled into it, like because I knew it, because I bought the albums or I heard the songs. I had to learn it. I had way more respect. You could never catch me saying hip hop was just some songs. I never felt that confident enough to even reference myself as a hip hop artist at first.
But Glasses also doesn't believe in black culture though, so he don't think we have no.
No, he believe in black culture, definitely.
He don't think we have. He said hair.
I
Hair
think
was-
because I think that's the thing that we live in the masses, that we could have a thing as a movement.
And
Like-
you know, it's funny because when he said hair, and the fact that it was hard for him to. He was struggling to figure out what black culture is in America. I get it. I completely understand it because we were taken away from our country and brought over here. So it is kind of hard for us to kind of figure out what our culture is or what American black culture is.
It was
But
just
even
trying to
if-
identify it.
But even
you
if
know?
you're on a continent of Africa, to think Nigerians have Nigerian culture is just ridiculously crazy and lazy.
Okay, so you
Or like African culture.
I think each
Yeah.
tribe got different culture though, B.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And in Nigeria, it's so many different languages, so many different get down. So they have different ways they live. So again, it's like people thinking that there's African culture.
so basically you don't believe in race culture. You don't believe in white culture. Or black
No,
culture.
culture doesn't carry race. Culture doesn't carry race.
Yeah, I
Culture
never
doesn't
in my
carry
life,
race.
I never in my life even heard of white culture. Again, people keep trying to make this level of equality where it's the same. The reference of black culture they're speaking on is a specific group of black people. Every black person in America wasn't a slave. So therefore, there's black people in America who did not grow up on soul food.
So you never heard Chinese culture, or you never heard any
Never
of
in my
Asian,
life.
Asian culture. They go with Asian
Again,
culture.
that's a general term that white people use to talk about Japanese people and Chinese people, even though they live completely different. It's
Okay.
like ignorant.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So you're saying that you don't believe in any racial cultures.
I got a question, Trap.
I don't think culture carries race though. That's what he's trying to say though. It doesn't carry race.
Lex, you still haven't explained the difference between Blood and Crip. It's two different sets. What's wrong with my thinking? Bloods and Crips are not two different sets, Lex. This is the thing. Here you go. Crips started as one thing on the east side. No, they're not two different gangs. Bloods and Crips, Lex, are a lot of gangs, and they're not all cool, right? So this is the origin of Crips. A guy named Raymond Washington wanted to be a part of an original black Los Angeles street urban gang called the Avenues. The main guy running that particular entity didn't like Raymond Washington. So this 16-year-old kid goes off to start his own thing, right? He first converts his friend, right? His friend, Craig Craddock, rest in peace. And they start getting all their friends from the neighborhood that was young to be with them. That's the Crips, right? That's the Crips. They go around to try to get more people to be Crips. As they go to Compton, they start a thing called Compton Crips. They're still not one gang. Now it's two gangs. After that, they go to the west side. When you cross over the 110, they create West Side Crips. That's three gangs. Same for Inglewood. Inglewood Crips is four gangs. Bloods, the thing you call a blood is gangs that already existed that were able to fight the Crips back. So the chain gang, which became the families, the Bishops, which is still the Bishops, the Swans, which is they've been there for a while, the Bounty Hunters, the Athens Park Boys, the Pyru Boys. These cliques and crews were already street gangs in existence. Later on, they formed a union that is referenced as Bloods, but they were all independent gangs. So it's multiple gangs. There's never really been just two gangs. Remember, Crips were in existence before the term Bloods was already a thing. There was already multiple Crip gangs before they had rivals that became Bloods. That's a fact. So, but the point I'm saying to Coach is, because even though, right, there's black people, you would think they would be abreast of this. They don't. They think Bloods and Crips is two different gangs. Now, we all know it's gangs in Inglewood that are all Bloods. None of them like each other. They can fight each other all the time. They have their own independent thinking, their own independent everything, how they function and everything.
Let me ask you this, then, right?
People, but they are sure.
So, no. I'm here. I'm just smoking. I don't want to smoke on camera. But so why did they choose to even put a Blood or a Crip on it if they were just gonna be? So I'm saying like what I mean is like, all right, so you got a certain set, because you're saying they all one thing. But if you got a certain set right there, but they claiming blood though, is no affiliation to another blood though at all?
So that's the tricky part. Yes and no and yes, right? Because like
there's blood gangs that get along.
Yes, but they have to get along. That's not, it's not standard. Like there was
you don't go searching out for bloods to be friends with. Like
do you search out for bloods to go be enemies with though?
You don't do either or, right?
You don't search.
It just happens. I know what you're saying.
It happens.
You just go.
And it don't even happen. Like it could be
some simple.
Yeah,
you could be in McDonald's getting a.
So why rep Blood or Crip? Why you trying to rep your sector?
You do. But that's what I'm telling you. You really do rep your set.
Yeah.
For some reason, the emphasis is on the last name. Like everybody Jackson is not related. Even though you may find some camaraderie in the fact that both our last name is Jackson. Is that like
that was a great explanation right there. You did it right there.
Like course.
You did it with that. I get what you're saying.
But I'm saying the point I was saying to Coach is that's what most black people think of something that black people invented here. They have no idea because it's not second nature. Like culture is second nature to all of us. Kind of like we just know it. Now, again, there's niggas in Los Angeles that are Crips. Shout out to Lex. Crips versus Crip is common. Lex, here's a real story. Crips versus Crips was a fight before people start referencing themselves as Bloods.
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, I mean, Crips, remember, like, Crips versus Crips started in like 78, 79. I think they either label it's the East Coast and the Hoovers. I think it's the 60s and the A-Trays. It's like 3 different gangs that already started beefing. My gang started in 73. It was its own independent set, 117th Street Crip. Independent. That's in 73. Bloods hadn't even been printed in the newspaper. That had been in the newspaper, I think Kev Mack told me in either 75 or 76. They were already having issues with other people from communities right close to each other. So the colors come in later. All of these things kind of come in later and get added to it. But again, it's like, it's not as simple as the eyes. But the point I'm saying to you, Coach, right, is that's because it's not as simple as black culture. Even though black people created it, it's just not. It's way deeper.
Coach,
so
go ahead.
Why it can't be a part of black culture? Like why it can't be a part of black culture? Like, do you think that everybody knows everything? Okay, so do you guys think everybody know everything about their culture, like the hip hop culture or the culture of hip hop? Do you think everybody knows this because you're part of that culture? You think they all know every part of that culture? All 5 elements?
Well, even when people use the term elements, that is kind of been lost as if that's hip hop.
I mean, that's true,
But the depth of it is its expression of culture. But our culture is second, like we know it. Like it's different because hip hop wasn't necessarily gifted to us. Street urban culture is just us, and then New York set the foundation on how we express it, right? The elements. But it does change a little bit here. But that's also something we
It
had to
changes
learn.
everywhere.
So certain
It changes.
things come to us naturally, but the stuff we talking about don't come to everybody naturally. It's not as simple to everybody. Like Lex lives in a place where they have Bloods and Crips. He still have no idea. Lex has known me now for 2 years. He still has zero idea. And he a brother. Trap is telling you, Trap is familiar with street urban culture. He's like, wait a minute. He don't know.
Do you think it's because of their areas they're in?
But that's what
No, I never chose to be in.
That's why gangbanging isn't black culture. It's culture created by black people, but it's not black culture.
Okay, so so there's no such thing as black culture then?
I think the things that come to us innately in all of our homes, like how we style our hair because we have the same hair. I think it's gonna be very few.
You got
things.
me now, glasses, to where I don't think black culture exists. Like I don't think.
No, it does.
So what? Huh?
It does.
So
Black culture exists.
Why does black culture exist and Asian culture doesn't?
I don't, because Asian is a continent.
Because you got India, you got India over in Asia, you got other countries.
Because if you go to China, you'll realize people live completely different.
So what you're saying, black people live completely different.
So give me one thing that's Chinese culture.
That guy ain't Chinese. I'm black.
So then why do you think Chinese culture exists?
I didn't say it didn't exist. I'm asking questions.
I'm telling you, ignorant people in America will say some shit like Asian culture.
Okay, so fuck Asian culture, Chinese culture. So we got an area called Chinatown.
Sure.
So a bunch of Chinese.
You know that's Americanized. That's
okay,
not white.
But exactly. But look, we in America. Are we not in America?
This is like Hawaiian barbecue.
Okay.
This is like you go to Hawaii, you be like, I get some Hawaiian barbecue.
Are we in America?
But
we're black people in America. So because we're black people in America, is that why we have black culture? Because you're saying if we was in Africa, we wouldn't have African culture.
I think the term is interchangeably used to reference Black America as a moving thing together. I'm telling you, they're using the term culture as a moving thing. It's not actually what it means.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So we can scrap culture then.
No, I'm saying street urban culture exists. I'm saying Chinese, like, what would you think Chinese culture is? You're gonna say some American shit.
You're gonna make me say something racist.
I'm not gonna want you to say nothing. No, I do not.
Orange chicken. Like, I don't know.
That nigga said orange chicken.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. No, I'm not. I'm telling you.
Culture is
no. I'm just telling you because
driving bad, huh? Bad drivers. Set me up. I refuse.
No, I'm not saying that.
All your thoughts is coming out for real.
I'm not saying that. Look, no, because it's porcelain paper. No, it's not. You fucking racist piece of shit. I'm saying people don't know. You feel me? I'm saying people don't know. So they say something ignorant. This is an ignorant expression to justify something that they don't know.
I got something to back that up for you, Glasses. When I was young, they used to try to say the black culture was fried chicken and watermelon. They swore everybody in the whole country that was black ate chicken and watermelon. They said that was a black culture thing.
It's
like
crazy because I don't like chicken.
That's the funny thing.
Watermelon.
But they said all the blacks, when I was young, that's what blacks did.
I'm not gonna say
watermelon and
fried
chicken.
And
that's what they said. That was a black culture thing.
But again,
chicken and
these
watermelon.
are reference things out of slavery. But again, you would have to really understand that everybody black in America
didn't eat chicken
wasn't
and
a slave.
Yeah.
So even what we call soul food is food created by black people in this country, but they were a specific group. American slaves created soul food.
Okay, so Trap. Can you hear me, Trap? I can't hear you.
Can we hear Trap? Trap took a smoke break, forgot to turn everything back on.
No, I'm good. I'm here. I can hear you, Coach. Yeah.
We couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me now. Go ahead, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what would you consider black culture?
So I think when you go within stating black culture, you got to go within saying like black American culture. You got to put a region on it. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Black American culture.
Within
Okay.
that, you know what I'm saying, like that, because if you just stating like black culture, like, you know what I'm saying, us as being, you know what I'm saying, melanin people right there, we're all across the world. You know what I'm saying? So people over in Africa isn't living the same way that we're living over here in America and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Not to
like,
mention to even reference America and Africa together, and I'm not being a smartass. I'm just saying we have such an American perspective that we would really reference the United States of America like Africa, when Africa has like 52 United States of America inside it.
Hold on, G. King got what's going on, King? What's happening?
Because I'm heated today because today's Juneteenth and I'm listening to this and it's like they try to make Juneteenth a cultural thing for blacks.
No, they tried to make it a cultural thing for whites.
Okay, then thank you. Okay.
It's a holiday for white people.
Okay.
Okay, see,
I just want to transition.
I agree with Glasses so much about this now, where I don't believe in black culture anymore. Like I don't think there's American black culture.
But then here it is, Juneteenth. They're trying to sell it to us like this is our culture.
I just don't think. Glasses has made his point so well just now that I don't think there's a black. And I think that when he says bring up something for black culture, he's just reaching. Like,
I'm just saying
ponytails
I'm saying the things that we have in common. It doesn't matter whether we have money or we poor or we segregated or we integrated. These are the things that will be a cultural thing for us as black people in America.
Maybe there's no such thing as culture, period, and there's just class.
No, it's culture. It's definitely culture because you gotta think when you think of culture, you're thinking of things like the way the way people talk. You know what I'm saying? Their language. You know what I'm saying? Their beliefs, the customs and traditions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The values, the arts and the music and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That goes within culture right there. Everybody doesn't carry the same culture when it comes to shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I should say better. I don't believe in a race of people's culture in America.
Yeah.
But it never was. It's always been an ignorant
Maybe just
term.
people. Maybe just
a group of people.
Yeah. Group of people that believe in certain things, have certain beliefs.
The root of culture is not your skin. The root of culture is the land, the way of life you defend. That's culture.
So region is culture. Region is culture.
A region is different because the West Coast, the Bay Area in Los Angeles, you know, the county of Los Angeles, Southern California and Northern California can have different cultural things.
So, but out the northern region, then you have the southern region. That's what I mean. Like it's tied to certain areas. It's not as a whole.
I mean, it's always been in a plot of land.
Yeah,
right? It's always been a plot of land. That's how culture works, right? That's determines the food you eat, what's convenient, what's grown in the area, what that environment grows.
Do you guys think that sometimes people mistake history with culture?
Yeah, I agree right there, Coach. I can say that real fast.
I don't know.
I can say yes real fast, Coach.
Because if you go with the history, everybody that, you know what I'm saying, the way people lived in the past isn't actually going to be the way that we live right now in the present time, though. So
I'm asking that because you know how they tear down these statues, these white statues, all these slave masters,
Confederate,
these Confederate leaders, all these people. But sometimes I've heard people say, white people say that's our culture.
Okay,
not that is our history.
But I don't think white people say that. I think that specific group, like Southern people, which would be Democrats, right? The Confederate, the South, right, is their way of life. So that's a specific.
You could say it was the Democrats because they were the Democrats then, but a lot of shit has changed throughout time. So I don't know if they were Democrats, but Democrats and Republicans kind of changed throughout time.
I'm saying that what you're talking about was specifically the South saying,
even though I'm neither.
The South saying this is how they live. They had a cultural thing that they connected to in the South.
So it's not a white culture thing.
It'll blow your mind.
Southern culture thing.
It'll blow your mind how many black people.
That's a fact.
Fuck with that Confederate shit.
That's a fact.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So
which is a great segue to this conversation. Go ahead though.
No.
Yeah.
I was just saying that's why I'm on a, maybe it's not just a color or a white, black.
It's not, but that's why I keep
Maybe
saying
it's just people in
it's
your
a
area.
white boy that grew up in Inglewood that's just like you.
Some people would think that he is.
Right? It's a white
Niggas
man.
don't think
I'm saying, but I'm
Come
saying,
on, cut it out, like. Come out, like. Come on, chill out,
there's
like.
a white
Don't do
man-
that.
There's a white man in
Don't do
Queens
that, like.
that grew up just like you. I got homies that grew up just like me, like not a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, let me ask you a question before we change the subject, because
we ain't gonna change the subject. This is a good segue with that line. Right
but
there.
I just want to ask one last question. So, what about the person who is like Trap that grew up around the white guy like Trap, or the white guy like me, or the white guy?
White guy like Trap.
The white trap. He talking about the white trap from
The
Queens.
white Trap from Queens. The guy.
Ain't no white trap in Queens. Ain't no white trap in Queens. We ain't about to do that. Maybe you ain't want to do that and say somebody white like you. Ain't nobody white like me.
Ain't no white traps in
I ain't about to
Queens.
do that. Ain't no white traps in Queens. Nah.
Ain't no white street
I'm a
dudes.
one-on-one. I'm a one-on-one, B. I'm a
Not
one-on-one.
trap.
That's it.
Not trap Queens. Not trap. I'm saying there's no white street guys.
Nah, I
from
get what you're
Queens.
saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, go ahead. I get what you're saying.
So, you know, white Queens Trap, and I'm just saying, like, now, what if he was raised in the same area as him, and he's racist?
He can't be.
Oh shit.
So you don't?
You
think
can't be like me then.
He's like us in our same area and be racist?
No.
Hmm.
No.
Can't be like me then.
No, they could not. They could only not like this.
They could not like themselves.
Shout out to my homeboy Pete from the Bay Area. We'll get to that code. But I was talking to him about this, and I was telling him about marketing because he was one of the main homies complaining about. I always brush with other intelligent brothers to keep my mind sharp and to see another perspective. But he was one of the ones complaining about Travis Scott and Pusha T. And we were having a conversation about hip hop, and he was asking me what did I think about Eminem and why did Eminem work. Shout out to
Let's
King
get to it.
He said, hold up. He said, shout out to King on Day. He said, so y'all saying that Black American people have no customers or institutions that shape our culture? Yes, but they're all unique based off where you are, right? And even though while traditions and customs are a part of culture, white America has traditions and customs without culture. So it's like, but let me get to this. So I was telling homie, right? I was
I'm
explaining.
gonna get back to that. I want to get back to that though, because I can explain that later on. Though. Go ahead though. My bad.
So,
Ain't no white traps.
And shout out to Mo. Our subculture. They're leading in culture. This is why everybody feels entitled, because they think because they Black, they understand what's happening. And that's the thing why I don't like using the term Black culture, because you don't know what the hell what's going on right here. And that's why you can never be the one to speak for it, because it's not necessarily yours. Black culture, any Black person can speak for it. When it comes to culture, like, they can speak. Now, maybe can they speak intelligently? No. Or informed? Yes, but you would at least believe they have to have some information. Even if somebody's a Crip, King, they could tell you about Crippin', where they from. They may not be able to tell you the origins of Crippin'. I'm not saying they got to be extra intricate, but they're going to be able to tell you some streets on the hill. They're going to be able to tell you some of their older homies' name if they're from the culture. Now, there's people getting put on gangs every day, families, and don't know the first thing except that they beef with the 60s. That's the depth of what they know, but they wasn't raised in Inglewood family culture.
So can Black culture in America, Black American culture, can it be persecution? Can that be our culture?
Give an example.
I'm saying because
oppression, but
oppression.
Yeah,
because
being Jewish people
being
gonna,
marginalized.
But Jewish people gonna feel the same thing. White women gonna feel the same thing. Everybody
white women gonna feel the same thing.
Yes.
No.
Persecution or oppression? You said oppression.
You
now.
me,
don't get stuck on the word
because
oppression.
You asking me.
Why not?
You said
anybody could be oppressed.
Yes.
No.
I'm telling you, white women feel more oppressed.
What you say.
They feel oppressed in this country. White women.
Man, if you don't get out here with this,
no, but the words you're saying, though. Yeah,
I'm talking
listen
about
to his
real
words.
Oppression.
What's real oppression?
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute.
What's fake oppression?
I said no, because that ain't oppression with white women going on with white women.
They gonna say it is.
No, let me tell you what oppression is. A real oppression is when you be a white woman and then say you got raped by a black woman, a black dude, and then they go kill him.
No, that's a tragedy.
No, that's real. That's
not
shows you
oppression.
who's really being oppressed.
That's not oppression. That's
Okay,
a
before we
evil act.
Okay.
Whoa, how did he get there? God damn, man. Whoa.
What y'all talking about? Jews being oppressed in America?
Hey, what you say, Trap?
Jewish people have never been oppressed in America.
This shit just went crazy just now.
I think
No, I'm talking about in America. America.
But I think your idea of oppression is literally just being enslaved or hung from a tree.
That's an LBGT shit.
Now,
What's your idea?
I'm saying oppression is a lot simpler, and people feel a lot of different groups of people feel oppressed here. I'm telling you the truth.
And if you don't get up out of here with that
I'm telling you,
2025 bullshit,
they always felt oppressed. Right now,
bullies.
Do Mexicans? You think
right now Mexicans
feel
feel oppressed?
Do you think y'all's ready
right
to say
now,
that?
if you ask any Mexican person
feel
in Los
oppressed.
Angeles right now, they like, man, this shit fucked up. They treating us crazy.
I can't go to the swap meet.
Let me ask y'all a question.
They close the swap meet down.
There's any, and if y'all, do y'all feel like there's any people that have been oppressed more in America than black people?
That's why I said I don't want to do the Olympics.
No.
I don't want to do the oppression Olympics.
Niggas,
I'm not saying who got oppressed
in Olympics.
Yeah, because I don't want to talk about who's been oppressed more.
Can I explain why you don't want to do an oppression Olympics? Because once you do the oppression Olympics, you allow people to take sides when there shouldn't be no sides in oppression. Period.
Shout out to Halim Hassan. See, Halim Hassan.
I like he should be said.
He said, gangbanging is oppression against each other.
Oh wow.
That's what they did.
That was deep. Hakeem, that was deep. I like that, Hakeem. I like that.
How do we get oppression with? How do we get oppression with gangs?
Nigga, y'all just gave oppression to white women. Why?
No, but how do we get oppression of gangs?
Why somebody can't correlate oppression with gangs now?
Nobody said it was oppression of. Listen, what you doing is
okay. Whose gangs oppressive? Whose gangs oppressive?
Nigga, I didn't say that. Talk to that nigga.
Whose gangs oppressive?
Not you. I'm talking about the nigga who said this.
Who is gangs oppressive?
Open because you're denying other people because you're denying other people's oppression. I'm not saying they were oppressed the same way we was oppressed. You asked me, do other people feel oppressed? And I said they do. You like, well, that ain't nothing what we went through. I'm not saying that.
I never asked, do other people feel oppressed? You
I did
offered up these niggas.
No,
you said, hey, Jews who never was oppressed in America.
That's not true.
I don't know.
He said the word oppressed.
Hold on, oppressed means something, coach.
Glasses
not
said
just
oppressed,
enslaved.
and you tried to narrow it down to one oppression.
So,
yes.
Oh my God.
There you go.
That's how it happened.
You're not. We're black too.
Sound like your grandma. Look, sound like your grandma.
Butterscotch candy. Let's go.
He sound like his grandma.
Like he got butterscotch candy in his pocket right now.
What's your name? King. You made me forget your name. I ain't forgot your name.
I'm okay until you said coach. King. When you say coach, you mad.
King, your ass is too old to be talking like this. You know what real oppression is for black people in it.
We're not saying what's oppression for black people.
I'm not disagreeing that blacks was
not the oppression war right now. That's what he's saying, though. It's not the oppression war.
We're not even counting who is oppressed.
Ask me this question, coach.
Oppression Olympics.
I want to show you something. I want to show you something, Glass. I'm gonna send something to you. I want you to watch it.
In certain ways, but not like everybody else was back in the old days.
Look, what I'm saying, exactly. That's like saying we, but you know, that's like you said, that's like right now. You said we not oppressed now because of what happened to our ancestors.
Of course, we're not oppressed the same
way. Why not? You might as well. What type of oppression is this?
Yeah.
Y'all get mad about this. No. Imagine somebody came from 1638.
Hell no.
Let's say somebody got into a time machine and they was here in America at 1710. They was 40 and they got flu right here in this time. And we over here talking about oppression. What you think they finna be looking at?
Motherfucker, you don't know what oppression is.
An appreciative little motherfucker.
You know, I'm an appreciative motherfucker.
For the first 30 days, they're gonna be like, what the fuck you talking about oppression?
You ain't.
After a while, they're gonna be like, wait a minute here.
No, they not.
So ain't that much shit changed?
No, they not.
They ain't never tell you couldn't have no fucking white person power. They ain't never tell you that.
You're right, King on Deck. You're right. But it's work. It is Juneteenth, King on Deck, so it's okay with getting sidetracked in this conversation.
Y'all niggas
King on Deck, I like that. I like King on Deck. Yo, hold on.
So you
hold on. 1 second, please. 1 second. 1 second. Because we didn't mention it. Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on 1 second, please. We didn't mention this. We didn't mention this on the last stream. We didn't mention this on the last stream. Listen, y'all. I'm tired of getting green bubbles on my phone right now. We are taking complete super chats right now to get King and Coach out of the green bubble. Please, y'all. Please.
We gonna work on King.
Please.
I'm gonna go get me some salads and protein shakes.
You can give me the phone.
Don't give me no super chat. I'm about to go. Y'all gonna be mad how I spend it.
And Coach is gonna treat.
I'm going to treat salad and a protein shake. And I'm like,
yo, bro, you got about four more texts with a green bubble. I'm out of that chat. I'm out of that group chat, dude.
Hey, I'm texting you right now. I'm texting you right now.
Shout out to
green bubble for you right now.
Shout out to Halim Hassan. He said, if you don't allow someone to go freely to any destination because of the color of clothes they wear, that's oppression.
That's bullshit.
Yo, Hakeem trying to cook. You trying to cook, B. Put your pots away, Hakeem. Put your pots away, Hakeem. Put your pots away, B. You ain't cooking up in here tonight, B. You trying to cook.
Deep truth or whatever his name is.
That's his truth. You know that's what girl stuff.
That's
his.
That's some.
He cooking. Nah, he cooking, B.
White woman.
I'm not giving white
women oppression.
I'm not giving white
women doing girl shit. I thought we was just giving out girl shit.
The Bad Girls Club. I keep calling you the Bad Girls Club.
By your standard, by your
white women oppressed.
Single white women are oppressed in this country.
And apparently,
oh boy, no.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Trap. Thank you, Trap.
Okay, let me say this.
But Glasses
hold on.
Up the door for
yo, Glass, you for real?
Gay people are oppressed in this country.
Yo, Glass, you for real, B?
Yeah, he's right.
So now we're going to the Olympics now. Are they more impressed than us?
Really being oppressed.
How am I trying to say really?
You are.
Are they more impressed than black people? Glasses.
No, I'm not.
Glasses just saying oppression exists.
We're doing the Olympics right now.
So you think black people are the only people that have been oppressed in this country?
It ain't the
no.
You don't
so
black
people are the only people that's been oppressed in this country.
We the people that
have black people the only people been oppressed.
Real oppression.
What's real oppression? What's that? What's real oppression?
What we went through.
400 years is real oppression. 400 years.
What did you go through?
We
400 years.
What
are you talking about, dude?
Scarface on my pocket. What
I said mouse in your pocket, weed. He said Scarface on my shirt.
Man, King, you 10 years from slavery. Like, you should be really on this shit.
But I wasn't oppressed with slavery, though. That's the difference.
Turn my mic up because y'all not hearing me right now, B. 400 years, B. 400 years, B. Are y'all crazy right now?
What? Listen, we're not denying as black people we've been oppressed in this country.
Are treated differently.
You're asking people. Turn down your mic, Trap. You breathing.
Oh, my bad.
You asking, we're having a conversation. I'm expressing to you, other people in this country have been oppressed.
Okay.
Now, have they been oppressed as bad as us? No. Okay. But that don't change that they have been oppressed in this country.
Coach, hold on.
Before we go any further,
I got one statement to say before you do.
Jesus Christ.
The Native Americans, do you think they was oppressed?
Yes.
They have their own casinos. They have their own land, B.
Today.
They were not.
Trap talk about today now. It's okay to talk about
they have been rewarded with them being oppressed, B. What are y'all talking about, B?
Hold on. If this
what we get from being oppressed?
The Olympic oppression, yes, we would have the gold medal in America.
Okay.
What the fuck did I got to do with it?
The diamond. Fuck, we want a diamond, nigga. Fuck a gold medal.
Everybody, so many people been oppressed.
I didn't say so many people.
That's what you said. You giving it out to everybody. So what's wrong with my man?
Everybody could be oppressed.
What's wrong with my man saying about gangbanging?
Because gang members are not oppressed.
He thinks they are.
He doesn't know.
Nigga, you just got finished saying white women. You a white woman?
No,
you don't know what the fuck the white women play.
Well, I'm a crip.
No. What he's saying though really is that it was a point when women couldn't vote.
I'm a crip and I've never been oppressed. So as a gang member, I would know.
So what if a white woman came here and said, I've never been oppressed?
They not. I'm telling you what they're telling you.
They say they're oppressed, coach. They say they're oppressed. I bet
you we can find some gang members that say they're oppressed.
I've never in my life found one gang member that said they was oppressed.
I bet you
know what those glasses? You know what those glasses?
I feel like I'm the only motherfucking gang banger in America.
Glasses.
I think I need gang banger in America.
Have you been oppressed by gangs?
If you can sit here and say
so many gang members
Hey, Glasses. Here's our coach. Coach is good.
It's so many gangbangers that think poorly about gangs right now.
Coach.
Glasses know I can find a gangbanger who think a gangbang and oppress him.
No,
I got oppressed by the
so
system.
many gangbangers
Gang has it.
Who
They
turn their back on gangbanging and saying crazy shit about it.
So are you arguing this to say white women in this country haven't been oppressed?
No, what I want to say is this right here, though, right?
Wouldn't be oppression right now.
No, I'm just telling you.
That's what you doing, nigga.
No, it's not.
You argue for white women.
If you can really Glasses, if you can sit here and say white women have been oppressed, what has black women been?
Y'all,
what has black women been?
Or that a gay person's been oppressed, or Jewish have been oppressed.
This nigga is arguing about white women oppression.
I'm not arguing about
to black brothers.
I just want to know. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask a question. If you can say white women have been oppressed, what have black women been?
Oppressed. They're black.
Are they double oppressed of what white women been?
I don't know if I can't quantify it to double or triple or quadruple.
Glasses
just be.
They're black. If black people were the most oppressed people, how? If black people are by far
here, my nigga, you are up in here. Okay.
See, here's what they get wrong. They get oppressed and pressed wrong. Gang members,
please break that down.
Be oppressed. Okay, that's the difference. No, that's seriously, that's the difference.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Press in that is different. Oppression and pressing is different. Gang members press. We don't get oppressed.
This nigga,
oh shit, you just fucked it up. I thought you were gonna say something else than that.
He gonna see his shit. He gonna see him taking up for Sarah and Becky.
How am I taking up for?
He's not taking up for no. I'm not gonna do that to my man. He's not taking up for white woman though. He just recognizing. He recognizing. That's what he's doing though. He recognizing.
He recognizing white women oppression. If that a place for a black male in America, is that your place to recognize white women oppression?
A black man's in America is to recognize any injustice.
Yeah.
You're right.
I get what he's saying. He's doing smarty loke right now. He's doing smarty loke shit right now. I know what the fuck you doing, B. I know what the fuck you doing right now. You're not slick, B. You're not slick, B. He do this shit all the time, B. And then later on, I'm gonna go, nah, my son was right for real, B. You do that shit, B. You a manipulator. You a knowledgeable manipulator, B. For real. You know what you're saying right now is actually true. You're recognizing it, B. You're recognizing it.
I don't know why we talking. Like I'm not.
You're recognizing it.
I'm not saying single white women haven't been oppressed. I'm just saying he's telling the truth. I'm telling the truth.
That's what he's doing, though. I see what he's doing, though, bro. He's not standing on their side. He's not standing on their side. He's not campaigning for them. He's not holding up their flag. He's just recognizing it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they've been oppressed. Yes, it might not be the way.
Okay. Mexican people in this country are being oppressed.
So white women have been oppressed in America, do you?
No, it was a point when white women couldn't vote, B. You know what I'm saying? It was a point when white women couldn't get certain jobs. They had moments within time that they was. That's it. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying, though. I understand what he's saying. Well, fuck that shit. Fuck them. We went through a lot of shit, B. Fuck that shit. That's what we on right now. Fuck that.
Hilltop. Hey,
let me ask you
a question.
He on this gang shit right now.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question real fast. So, first off, I'm gonna say this. If I was to say the voice for street urban culture right now, if I made a definition and then I want to put a picture of somebody who shows what this is, who really lives and breathes this shit, I will put Glasses in there. I would say Glasses. This is a picture of a nigga who really lives and breathes.
I better be saying it right next to him, though. I'm vice president, though. I'm saying if he's the president, I'm vice president, though. I'm just saying that right there.
If y'all oppression in America, y'all gonna put the picture of a white woman in there?
Why do you keep comparing oppression?
Okay, I'm just asking because if I say,
can I answer the question?
Oh yeah, you gonna put a white woman there?
I'm gonna put multiple pictures in there.
Who you gonna put, King? Who you gonna put, King?
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on, I want to hear the pictures that King gonna put, please.
Before we put multiple pictures,
King just like white women. Let's just throw it out there.
That's true.
Me too.
No, I like all women. Let's get this right. I like
all. Me too, King. I'm with you too, King.
That is true. But what I'm saying to you, Coach, is this.
What just happened?
I'm saying we're not saying who's been oppressed the most. Right? We're saying when we were having a conversation, I'm not trying to win an argument. It's no argument. I'm telling you, people in America besides us feel oppressed, and they have been oppressed. Now, have they been oppressed the way black people in America? No. No, but I'm saying people in this country have been oppressed besides black people. That's all we saying, Coach. Don't take away from we still are due reparations. It ain't to say we haven't been
I
oppressed
mean,
more.
why they giving our reparations? Give some white.
But
Give some.
this is my thing though. And Glass, this is my thing though, bro.
Is my mic on? Hey,
Yeah,
somebody said they
your
can
mic
hear.
on. My bad. No, we can hear you, bro. My bad. That was on me. I was putting over here.
Yes. Like I'm saying, what that mean? I don't. It wasn't so good. It wasn't so good that I'm going to say they were super oppressed in America. I'm not. You know.
I'm not trying to argue about their oppression. I just know they were.
Y'all must have really
oppressed.
got some white poison. Like y'all might have found
fire.
Y'all must have found that poison.
Hey, I don't know
I'm
about
not-
trap,
like,
but
it got y'all
I'm
fire.
not even in the
It
white
got y'all
niggas.
niggas
I'm just saying.
talking crazy.
I'm saying gay
Fire.
people in this country have been oppressed. I'm saying people have been oppressed, Coach. I'm not saying they've been oppressed as much as us. I'm saying they have been oppressed. That's all I'm saying. It's okay. It's not no big deal. Other people been oppressed.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I put their picture up first. I'm just saying they've been oppressed.
It's mighty whitely of you, but I got you.
To recognize
I
that
got
some
you.
other group has been oppressed
I got
besides
you.
black people as well.
I got you, brother. I got you. I hear you, brother. Loud
This
and
new
clear.
being black, where it's just
I hear
black
you, brother.
people.
I hear you, brother.
Man.
I hear you.
Shout
He
out to
called you-
Ruffian TV.
He called you a
He said,
Nubian
"Why
black.
is this an
He
argument?
called you a
Every
Nubian black.
minority has been
Yeah.
oppressed." I don't know why Coach is tripping.
A Nubian black coach.
Coach
is.
saying fuck all them motherfuckers, B. It's about us. That's what he's saying right there, B. That's what he's saying. I feel you on that though.
Shit when he
Look,
say that.
I'm not even. I don't think that's even a cool thing to say.
You know.
I don't even think that's a cool.
But to not recognize this came from something that other people was being oppressed in is that's what you're basically saying there, because you're not recognizing it though, B. You just blind eye. You a horse with the blinders on right there, not seeing what the fuck going on left or right there. You want to just go forward, nigga. This is about me right now, B. About my people.
Nothing you ever. Black people in this country can never be about themselves because it's just not how it is. We are the legit fight to the oppression. Nobody's gonna fight as hard and loud as us. So the first day we start bypassing other people's oppression, it's the definition of not being black.
Never knew I was gonna be the blackest nigga at the dinner table.
Well,
Yeah, you got it, like you got it, like you got it, like you got it, like.
Hey,
What's
you are
funny
the
is
whitest
the
person.
white man thinks like
had no clue. Had no
Yeah,
clue.
like, you got it, B. You got it, like.
Look, he just jumped out the
I'm
boat.
running around with all these
He
house
jumped out the
niggas. I didn't
car.
know I was in the room with a
No,
bunch
I'm a
of
field
house
nigga. I'm a
Y'all
field
niggas
nigga.
in the house.
I'm a
look,
field
Hit
nigga.
him. This
I
nigga
don't
coming through on a horse.
what I'm saying is
G,
black people stand up for all injustices when it comes to white people since history started in this country.
G ancestors was in the house.
In
I'm gonna tell
fact,
you that
coach,
right
you
now.
call me Kuta.
Nah, nigga.
Okay.
All right. Y'all niggas,
Okay,
y'all niggas
Coach,
was in there
you call me
serving
Kuta.
massive
We
food,
gonna take
making
this shit
bacon,
back.
making
Okay.
food. Y'all was up in there. I don't know.
Hey, Trap,
going
get
on
off
right
the
now?
chats, Trap, because you looking
You
weird.
don't want to chat. You don't want to chat. My bad.
Yeah, you looking.
I know.
Your
I
face
used to
is
how
changing
close
and
his face
shit.
was to the
Yeah,
screen.
the nigga start
I
getting
ain't
mad.
watching no more. I ain't watching no more. I ain't
Your
watching no more.
You
The
got
chat got him hot. He up
I
the
ain't
back.
watching no more. I ain't watching no more. I let Glasses do it.
This conversation. We're not asking who was the most oppressed. We just said other people in this country felt oppressed. That's it. And I'm not mad if nobody else stand with this level of blackness where you defend injustice, period, because that's the point of being black. Every great black person throughout history defended all injustices, not just one. Then that's where y'all lost as black people. Because the day you wake up and think you're going to make it about you, your voice ain't loud enough and you will never get none in this country without nobody else fighting for you.
That's right,
That'll never
Purbo.
happen because it ain't enough for you. So now whether y'all notice or not, this is where y'all got confused at. So I'm glad you fucking get it right. That's why the most powerful black men throughout history stood up against all injustices. That's why. That's why you don't get the ability to be white. You can't just be
I did
white.
see Malcolm out there talking about them white women.
That's why he not Martin Luther King.
I did see Malcolm in there.
Just
I did
know
see
he
Malcolm
did.
talking about them
He
white women.
went
I
over
thought
to
him
Mecca.
trying to. I thought him
He went
speaking
over
up
to
for
Mecca
the
and
white women.
realized
I
the truth.
saw Malcolm doing it.
He went to Mecca and came back. And
I wonder what Farrakhan
Farrakhan
think about
Yeah.
the injustices for white women.
Actually, Farrakhan has spoken on injustices against other people a lot of times.
Oh, white women?
All kind of people.
White women?
Everybody.
Find me some on white women.
Oh no, but before he became Malcolm X, he was fucking white girls.
I mean, before we go,
Okay.
look, I ain't finna waste my time with this shit.
Oh, well, Coach, okay.
What
Let's
y'all-
move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
What I'm saying is, I was telling the
Coach.
homie, Peter Day from the Bay. I was like, look, the difference between 46 people, 30 likes. We had 612 total. Hit the like button, please.
Like button, hit it.
Hit the like.
Repost too. Repost.
Hit the like. I was telling P the difference between, we were talking about shout out to Nick. She said Dr. Umar somewhere preparing 100 lashes for glasses.
Exactly.
Dr. Umar would agree with me. He would be like, "This is true."
Hell no.
He would tell you,
fuck with white girls.
Let's get him in here. Let's get him in here.
Not about if you look,
Hey, it's
y'all
all
both
good. Hey, just like guys.
I bet
Yo,
y'all.
everybody add Dr. Umar on Twitter right now. Let's get him in here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
What I'm saying is,
Trap.
is this: the difference with Eminem. The difference with Eminem is Eminem. We were talking about it. He said, "Well, he always felt funny about Eminem, and why would it work? Like, why is it working?" I'm telling him, Eminem gave us, like, street urban culture is not black, right? That's the trick. That's why somebody like Eminem could work. Eminem, and he said, "Well, what made Eminem unique?" He said, Eminem gave us poor white trash. Like, people forgot how Eminem came out. Eminem first video that was on Jukebox, on the box, right? He was in a trailer with his grandmother as a kid trying to drink her liquor. She caught him and slapped his ass upside the head. He ran out the trailer. He came back in the trailer as an adult and started choking his grandmother. Eminem presented
That's some white
street
shit.
urban culture, our ignorant perspective of poor white people.
So do you think the fact, because you know you be talking about TLC, how they had a big ass group around them? And,
Sure.
Okay. So do you think you don't think the fact that Eminem, talent wise, he's a 10, right? Is he a 10? Talent wise?
Yeah, Eminem's good as a get.
Okay. That's a fact.
He's a 10, and then his surroundings are everything that helped him be, the people around him were 10 also.
Shit,
you don't think that had like a big part of that too? Like,
so I've always said this. Eminem is as good as Jay-Z. Eminem is as good as Snoop Dogg. Eminem is as good as Scarface. Eminem is as good as Nas. Eminem is really good as an MC and as a songwriter, as a rapper. He's as good as them. He's not necessarily better. He's probably not necessarily worse. But the fact he's white is the difference of 7 million records. One guy can sell 3 million, another guy sell 10 million because of the relations. But I was telling him this because Eminem comes across street urban white out of Detroit, right? I said it worked because he gave us our ignorant perspective of poor white trash. Bleach blonde hair. It was 1,000 things that they nailed when it came to marketing.
So the fact that he had that the people around him and he had a 10, and then he gave us that perspective, that
everything lined up. It was
that
10,
all
10,
lined
10s
up,
all
and that's
around.
what made it go from 3 million to 7 million.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Okay.
I think if you look at Eminem, the albums he came out with, like none of them albums he came out with after Slim Shady LP, he knew what he had to tap into on Slim Shady LP. He knew what he had to tap into, and he went head first into the shit, B. You know what I'm saying? From the rock bottom shit to the fucking to the quirky zany shit within the giving the chick the mushrooms and all that shit. Like he tapped into what street urban culture felt like within the poor. You know what I'm saying?
Our ignorant perspective.
The way we thought about it.
Do you think he purposely did that?
Yes. He never went back there. Bro.
Not quite that. Everybody that I know him says he's a much cooler dude, way smoother, versus him being this kind of obnoxious version of trailer trash. That's a hell of an MC.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The person who told him, or I don't know if that was his thought to do that, or Dre was like, give him this. That shit was masterful.
But this is what I'm telling you about TLC. This is the marketing. When you have everything around.
I'll be right back, yo.
Here's a completely different thing, right? A completely different thing is MGK. Excuse me, not MGK. Let's go to YelaWolf. YelaWolf, right, is rural culture. Right? So even when he does poor white trash, it comes across Confederate redneck poor white trash.
Okay.
That's why it's not working, because homie is a talent. Like
he can rap.
YelaWolf is a real talent. He's not bad at making no music, but when you dress it up out of the South, it looked different. When you dress it up out of the country, out of the South, and it's rural and it's kind of like that same type of thing, it looks Confederate.
So you don't think he's touching the black people, or you don't think he's touching the liberal people?
A combination. D, all the above.
Okay.
I think we're going to see him like a Confederate,
Like a slave master.
like a slaver. Feel me? And liberals is gonna look at him like trailer trash, like redneck.
Also, too, because of his draw. He got a southern draw, too, that's different than what Eminem does. So you look at that southern draw, start thinking different than would he be rapping and shit. You'd be like, oh man.
Oh man.
So and then YelaWolf, I mean not YelaWolf, but MGK, right? MGK grew up
Cleveland,
in Shaker
right?
Heights, right? Yeah,
Okay.
part of Cleveland. But because he's not from a movement of people and it looked like a brother, like it was presented like a brother to some degree, you couldn't even imagine a movement. It's like how some people grew up where we from, like Mexican or white people grew up using the N-word our whole life with us, right? Nobody else can accept it because they ain't grew up like that. They can't imagine a movement of people where this makes it okay. It goes back into that idea of hip hop being a movement of we, not a movement of me.
Do we look at MGK as hip hop now?
But he moved out and now he's having his most success doing punk rock.
Okay.
Because we can accept, or the world can accept it like that.
Okay.
But when he was doing that hip hop thing, I think the white folks was looking at us like, y'all gonna fuck with that? You know what I mean? Because it's not like necessarily white enough for them. It came across very colored in the line. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think if we would have jumped on it, they would have jumped on it?
Yeah, they're like, oh, y'all fuck with him. Y'all let him, he one of y'all too? Okay, yeah, come on, white man.
I got a question for you, Glasses.
Sure.
Because of that. So do you think the two styles between M and MGK is different from where they was from in the way that they presented themselves? MGK to me presents himself like he was more black, and you say like Eminem presents himself like white trash.
But I think that's what I'm saying. I think both of them are the same thing, but the marketing department, somebody figured it out.
So you think M came after MJK just because of that and ran him up out the industry to where he became punk rock?
No,
nah.
Some personal
that battle shit happened. The next thing you know, that nigga will start doing different music.
No. That's because he got a deal and somebody said, look, we can't sell that.
Okay.
What you trying to sell, you need to be a punk rocker.
Okay.
You need to
do
sell
more white music and stuff.
I mean, I always say punk rock and hip hop are stepbrothers.
What about Kid Rock then? What about Kid Rock starting off and trying to be?
But that's why I said Kid Rock wasn't really hip hop.
Okay.
He was just a rapper.
Kid Rock is an interesting one though.
Yeah.
Because does he not give you more of a YelaWolf vibe?
No, at first Kid Rock is from like Michigan.
Yeah.
So it was like Kid Rock.
Yo, Kid Rock and Eminem would come at the same time.
Yeah.
Kid Rock was really rapping. He was really rapping. At one point.
Wait, Trap, you say Kid Rock? You say Kid Rock was rapping?
He was really rapping. Like he was
Kid
like
Rock Kid Rock also was white people. Like he was a white person. You know what I mean? He was a white person. Like Kid Rock, his shit was American flags and shit. Like he was Hulk Hogan as a rapper.
But I think that came along within the rock shit though. They said before that, Kid Rock was on some hip hop shit like that.
Tried to be, but I understand what Glasses is
saying. Do you think he transitioned to the rock and roll because he
had to?
He had to.
Yeah, because it wasn't working out as a rapper.
It wasn't him.
It's not gonna work.
It was authentic.
It was already Eminem. It was Eminem already though. At that time, they understood it was Eminem already.
I don't think so. I think when people first start rapping, they start emulating black people.
NBA scores.
Like Ice-T told me, like they didn't have nothing but New York rappers to emulate.
Okay.
Yeah,
so when
I said
you
that
start
shit.
rapping, your natural thing is that. Like Too Short is different. Too Short, like I couldn't do it, so I had to.
He was the one who did it. He was the one who did it.
Right, but he had to do what he could do naturally. What happened for Kid Rock? When you come up rapping, you ain't gonna help but come up rapping and doing it the way the brothers is doing it. That's the only chance that's how you learn it. But somewhere along the line in marketing, somebody said, hey, that's not gonna work. Like you need to be what people think is white.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all that same conversation. The problem is with MGK is just because he's from the South.
So
you mean YelaWolf?
YelaWolf. Yeah. YelaWolf is from the South, nigga.
Yeah.
And he's from Confederate South, Dixie South.
Yeah, and that draw, that look.
Did Kid Rock never come across like Confederate South to anybody?
No, because yes and no. I'm telling you, he came across Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He came across.
You know who did it crazy though too? You know what did it crazy too though?
Trap gonna get
During
back
that
on
time,
He tricked us like
I'm looking
Hogan.
at I'm smoking again. But you know what did it crazy though?
All American. Terry is a racist asshole.
He's a racist motherfucker.
Yeah, he tricked us.
That's a good point, Glass. Hey, that's a good point
Hulk
there.
Hogan.
I thought Terry and Hulk Hogan was one and the same.
No, Vince and them real was right about Hulk Hogan. You need to be everybody's favorite. All the black kids, white kids, every kid needs to like you. He's like, I can do that, even though he was a racist.
Yo, y'all ever watch the Vince McMahon special they got on Netflix?
No, I want to see it.
No, you gotta watch that, B. It's a great documentary, B.
Vince is the one who knew what it was.
Yeah.
Vince is the one who understood it, got the right marketing department.
Yep.
So again, like back to the point I'm saying with Kid Rock came across American. At that time, remember Hulk Hogan is American. Like there's things we didn't look at the flag. What's funny is over the time, the flag got more racist, the regular American flag.
You didn't remember the
bad when I was younger. Like when I was younger, it was kind of corny, but it wasn't as racist. Like you see Hulk Hogan coming out with that flag, you didn't feel nothing. Now you see
his theme song went.
Do you think your parents felt something?
His theme song went, "I'm American Hero." That was the first words on his song. "I'm American Hero," B. That was the first words on the song, B. That was his theme song. American. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. Listen, that was his theme song, bro. He was doing, come on, bro.
They nailed that in the time when everybody was going to war. America was fighting fresh out of wars and shit, and they was in the middle of shit. He was the perfect character.
I'm gonna be super honest with y'all. I think I told Glasses this shit before, but I never liked Hulk Hogan. I was a Roddy.
Why paper? Not gonna get in the dress. A nigga in the dress. Hold on, a nigga in the skirt.
Hey man,
nigga in the skirt. In the skirt.
Roddy Piper was with the friction.
You know who's a perfect example of poor white trash that we love? Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's a
Stone Cold Steve Austin character is racist.
Yes, for sure.
He never had to drop an N-bomb, but nobody would be surprised. It's more surprising that we ain't seen a video with Steve Austin dropping the N-bomb.
Hey, you know the most surprising thing I've ever seen was the fact that I saw him talking on the interview and he sound liberal. Like I was like, what the fuck is Stone Cold doing?
Cool.
He gotta be
That's
cool.
crazy. That's crazy.
It was weird.
I see him fuck with some blacks too before.
But would you be surprised if you saw Stone Cold be like, look, N-word, like him going on?
The actual Stone Cold, I
want to ask you a question.
Oh, he's got one
Glasses. So now I'm not into wrestling. I'm not into wrestling at all though. But I see what's going on in this shit though. What's the dude name that came in and did the fucking Tony Ayo dance? What the fuck is the dude name?
I can't even see him.
I'm about to come right now. I'm coming right now. I'm putting this up. All right, I'm coming right now.
He should saying the same thing. It didn't get better than Stone Cold. So we'll buy Redneck.
But when they try to do hip hop in the shit though, B, that shit was crazy. The hip hop shit they try to involve in the shit was
that's
crazy.
Not gonna work out. Yeah, hip hop.
They did it. They did it though, bro. They did it with the what's son name? What's the white dude name?
Billy.
He did the fucking he did the fucking the 28 there. John Cena.
Oh,
he's not redneck.
No. I'm not saying redneck. I'm saying when they try to take hip hop into the shit and put it towards a white person.
That was Vince's last great move.
That's why I can't watch the Trap. That's why I can't watch that documentary because I don't want to know too much about my old WWE. WWF. I don't want to know too much about WWF.
I'm WWF. I'm WWF.
He's a white man.
Yeah, that was crazy too.
Yeah, that is.
He like Scarface.
Hey,
I thought he was Cuban. The whole time.
He got good tan.
Razor Ramon in my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time.
I had a toothpick in his mouth. Plucked the toothpick at you.
Yeah.
Yo, that was crazy.
Do y'all remember when he first was doing the skits before he changed his character and they was introducing him and he'd be walking around in local stores acting like a Cuban man? Y'all don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that, B.
Oh my God, bro. He'd be walking around different places. You feel me? And acting like a Cuban man, speaking like a Cuban. You got to look at it, bro.
That's crazy. I got to see that.
Trailers building up into his character was some of the best shit. And it's a white
God bless the dead. God bless the dead, though, too. For real. I'm going to that man passed away, though. But yes.
And you know the crazy thing with wrestling is that we would believe Razor Ramon was a Cuban dude. And when they got some real Cubans up in there, what's my Carlito? He couldn't even get by. Like
being a Cuban, being a real Cuban. We was like, nah, we good on
Nah,
that.
that was
Where
crazy,
Malone at, though?
dude. Yo,
We're talking about
what his
Raising
name was?
Stones.
Scott. It was Scott. It was Scott something. Scott something. I forgot his
Scott
last
Hall.
name.
Not all.
Scott Hall, B. The man's name was Scott Hall. The white. That's the whitest of white man names right there, B.
Hey, you know what the crazy thing? Hey, Trap. You know what the crazy thing is? I always known his name, and I never put two and two together. That's how blinded I was by that.
Crazy, B.
Great marketing and great acting.
I was like, Scott Hall, where that's at in Cuba?
He'd be like, "What's going on, Chico?"
No, that was crazy.
Like, what's going on, Chico?
It fucked me up when I found that shit out, B. I'm like, no, hold on, he wasn't Cuban. That's like, though, you know what fucked me up though, too, though? When I found out, because it's been going on within movies and all that shit forever, though. When I found out the dude from fucking Short Circuit wasn't really Indian. You remember Short Circuit? The shit with the robot, and all that shit, though?
I forgot his name.
The dude was, no, he wasn't Indian.
No.
What was he?
No, he was white. He was a white man.
What's happening?
Yes, bro.
And shit, man. What you doing, man?
No, bro, that shit fucked me up, B. I'm like, hold on, that dude was an Indian? Yo, these dudes will do that shit, man. They'll do that. They were doing blackface back in the days.
That was never cool because like they just went silly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it might be some white men that could pass for black. I'll take that back. Nah, it's not one.
Hey, you know what the crazy thing is? Now that we're talking about this, black people really don't mind racism sometimes. Like we don't mind, like the Dukes of Hazzard.
If it's comedian, I got one for you. I got one for you.
I never known a nigga not to like the Dukes of Hazzard.
We like Stone Cold. We
like Stone Cold.
Yeah, and he was a quintessential redneck.
Yeah, I love Stone Cold.
We like Dukes of Hazzard. We like movies with racist white people in them. All kind of stuff. It's just hip hop inherently.
Loved everything Clint Eastwood did.
Yeah,
has
man,
done.
Even when he being racist,
man.
Come on,
Gran Torino, he was being racist to black people.
Hold on. Clint Eastwood was racist?
What? Clint Eastwood is
the most
102.
He's the most racist.
You see all his movies?
Clint Eastwood so racist. I think his son racist when he being shit. I'm like, this racist little kid.
Clint Eastwood is racist in a movie, and I like it. Gran Torino,
was he racist?
Black people some spooks.
The nigga wrote and directed too. He got to be himself.
That's the crazy part.
The nigga got to be himself. He said,
He wrote and directed it at 90.
About to be myself.
Nigga,
Mel Gibson, not the shit.
Mel Gibson not racist.
He's never been racist in a movie.
Nah, he's not racist. He's not racist.
Yeah,
Mel
but
Gibson
he now. And
Mel Gibson just don't mess with the. I don't want to say the word because we're on the stream right now. But you know who he don't fuck with though. That's what I'm gonna say right there.
A nice word.
Yeah, don't say it.
You gotta say the bad word.
The small hats. You know much the small hats.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Gran Torino, you gotta watch Gran Torino, bro. If you haven't watched Gran Torino, Trap, you are missing out.
This nigga finally go watch Usual Suspects.
No, watch Gran Torino.
No, hold on. You never seen Usual Suspects? Hold on, wait. Pause. Hold on, wait. You never seen Usual Suspects?
I'm gonna keep it a bean with you.
You don't know who Kaza Soze is?
No.
Nope.
Let me tell you something.
Yo, Glasses, don't talk with me. Don't talk with me no more, B. You're bugging. That's my favorite movie of all time.
I really want to know what this bean is.
That's my favorite movie.
Got to know what this bean is about to
of all time, B.
Listen, I gotta hear it.
I gotta be honest with you. I grew up.
No honesty.
In a time with America.
Watching nigga movies all day. You watch nigga movies all day.
Nigga movies.
Oh my!
I can't help it.
You watch Tyler Perry shit. You watch Tyler Perry shit all day. Okay.
That's now.
Wait a minute. Glasses be watching Tyler Perry shit?
Man, I just watched Straw the other day.
Oh, this nigga here.
See, I told you. Let's get to that. Let's spin to that right now. What's going on with Tyler Perry right now? What's going on with Tyler Perry right now?
I don't know. I read the messages. I don't quite get it. It do look a little funny, but it ain't good enough. I don't get it.
Why
are they trying to listen?
Trap. Why are we surprised Tyler Perry trying to steal dick?
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying.
We'll get to that later. Put it in the back pocket.
The first and only white movie I saw as a little kid was Popeye. And because it was Popeye.
Well, Robin Williams.
I thought you were going to say Wizard of Oz or some shit like that. God damn.
No,
that's me, Trap. I'm Wizard of Oz, Trap.
I definitely like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
I'm Wiz. I ain't Wizard. I'm Wiz.
I'm Wiz.
Talk about bad about white ladies now.
None of that. I talk bad about. Look,
you ain't like Wiz?
They've been oppressed is not me.
Oh, Wiz is great.
But the point I'm telling you is this, right? I didn't watch another white movie exactly until Santa Claus, and I was already 19.
They had a movie
You're
called
such a nigga. You're such a nigga, B. Yeah, nigga.
I grew up in an era where you had Richard Pryor making movies,
Wow.
Eddie Murphy.
Richard Pryor made terrible movies. Get out of here, B.
No, he
I
didn't.
like them
Oh,
all.
I'm done, Trap.
Hey, the toy.
Trap.
Hold on, bro. The toy
What
shit, the
about
shit
that
was,
movie?
yeah,
What
terrible
about the
movie.
movie with
Oh.
Brewster's Million?
Brewster's
Yes.
The shit
Million?
with, yeah, the shit with the white man that was his
Come on,
poster
Trap.
on.
You tripping now? I
Moving,
watched all them Richard Pryor
Moving
movies.
is one of my favorite movies in the world.
You can't tell me
All
Eddie
them
Murphy
nights.
made bad movies.
All
Eddie
them
Murphy made
nights.
some great
Every
movies.
Eddie
Stir
Murphy movie is
Crazy.
good.
Yeah,
All them
every-
nights.
Hey, Richard
He
Pryor
started
did
making
Stir
bad movies.
Crazy
Oh,
and
you know what?
everything.
You know what else white movie I liked when I was little too? I
Ooh.
might have saw this with Gene Wilder. 2 movies.
Stir Crazy in them?
No,
Stir
2
Crazy. You talking about Stir Crazy? Yeah.
No, The Woman in Red. That's a white movie.
Okay.
And
And a fish called Wanda?
no, the other Gene Wilder. And that came out before I was born. But
Oh,
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Oh,
Factory.
yeah, definitely Willy
Charlie and
Wonka.
the Chocolate
Definitely
Watch
Willy
that
Wonka.
shit.
Definitely. Willy Wonka, definitely. Definitely.
No,
Willy Wonka.
definitely Willy Wonka was cool.
Bro, you
I
never seen
I
Usual
didn't
Suspect?
watch movies with all white people in them. No.
Willy Wonka looked like a pervert. I couldn't watch it.
I didn't really
watch
watch
You-
movies with all white people.
That
in
was a
them.
musical. That
When
shit
I was a
fire.
kid, I
That's
never
good.
watched any mafia movies ever in my life.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
You had a crazy childhood, B. You had a crazy childhood. I watched all those.
It didn't come out when you was a kid though.
No, I was about 19, 20 when that came out right
Yeah,
there,
you
B.
was trying to.
That
You
was
was
in
probably.
2000?
Hey,
My
Trap,
pops put me on to that.
you agreeing with Coach who watch on Golden Pond?
I don't.
What's Golden Palms? What's that?
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
blacker
Golden
than
Pond.
you. I'm blacker than you. I didn't know what Golden Pond is. I don't even know. How you know what that is?
I don't know what that is either. I never heard of that. I never heard of that. Never heard of that.
No,
Yo, Glasses, hold on, Glasses. Hold on. Let's get back to that though real quick.
This came out in
So-
95.
Oh, it came out in
You
95.
never seen Heat? You never seen Heat? Have you seen Heat?
Five? I feel
Hold
old.
on, bro. Have you ever seen Heat?
Huh?
Have you ever seen Heat?
I saw that too, but that was when I was adult. I started
Yeah,
watching
shit
white
was
movies.
fine.
then.
95.
Yo, Glasses, I really want to. Yo, bro, you gotta watch The Usual Suspects, B.
95 when all the black movies, South Central and all that
Nigga,
shit
this hack.
came out.
Watch
South
out.
Central, that shit can't compare to fucking Usual Suspect, B.
That's some
You talking about little Ray Ray and them niggas? The fuck out of here, B, with that
What
bullshit, B.
Wait a minute, you ain't like
Are you
that?
crazy? It was okay. Yo, bro, hold on. Unusual
You must have
Suspect.
like
yo,
Rankin. You probably don't like it because of West Coast shit.
Yep.
no,
like
fuck that. All right, listen. Let's do it like this. Let's do like this thing, right? So let's talk about black movies right now, right?
Did you like Cooley High?
Let's put. Hold on, bro. Hold on, please.
Okay.
Let's put Juice, New Jack City, South Central, Menace Society, Boys in the Hood. Let's rank those right there.
Boys in the Hood is number 1.
Hell
Okay.
no. Menace Society 1.
No.
Go ahead.
Menace Society number 1.
No.
Boys in the
Yeah.
Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood was good. I ain't gonna
Boys in
talk
the Hood
shit.
is
I ain't gonna
father
talk shit
movie.
about
Boys in the
it.
Hood was number
I got
1.
Menace Society.
What's number 2? What's number 2, Glasses?
Oh no, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Hey,
I
give me
can't remember
Juice.
his list.
Yeah, I
I
can't
said
remember.
Juice. I said Juice, Menace Society, Boys in the Hood, New Jack City, South Central. Rank those.
Ah,
I didn't see Sandlot Tree until I was 18.
Sandlot's great movie.
Sandlot too.
Great movie.
Hey, Menace Society, New Jack City.
Mhm.
Menace Society, New Jack City.
That nigga got horrible.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Man, what else you got, Coach? What else you got, Coach?
I got
Everybody did 5.
I got what I told you. What I say? What's
And we
number
want to
one?
know why you picked those.
Nah, nigga, because that was my shit. Old dog was my nigga. I
That
like
nigga was country as hell.
I like
Them niggas shot your cousin.
yes, nigga.
right in
yeah,
front of
nigga,
you.
right in front of you,
Eight
nigga.
went crazy. Eight went crazy.
Like,
Eight went
LA nigga,
crazy.
you-
Nah,
Eight went crazy.
I don't know
It was
how
some
they
LA
fuck
niggas
with
that
that.
sound like they were from the South a little bit.
Not like that, nigga. That nigga was like they
Uh,
shot your cousin right in
Eight
front
went
of
crazy.
you.
Eight went crazy.
No,
on
that
that
ain't
shit.
gonna let that
I like
shit
that's
ride.
number one. Then New Jack City. Then the shit Glasses like with Doughboy,
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Mhm.
Then what's your last two?
It was Juice and South
Juice.
Central.
And then then South Central and Juice.
Get the fuck out of here. You bugging.
Sorry, bro.
King, what are you doing, King? King, what are you doing, King? King, what are you doing, King?
Deuce, hey Deuce, man, I can't go. I gotta go with Deuce over South
Hoover Deuce.
Hoover Deuce, man. I gotta go with that.
I'm
over
gonna
there.
go.
What are you
I'm gonna go
doing, King?
favorite
Yeah,
movie.
Glasses.
Boys in the Hood. I'm gonna go Juice. I'm gonna go South Central. I'm gonna go.
This nigga, this
The
trash.
last one is Menace.
This trash. This is trash.
Menace
List.
is
This
like
the last one?
It's
Menace
a
is-
trash list.
First off, it was like one of the worst. The days was fake. Old dog looked fake. The story plot, I'm not fucking with that.
G is too
he's too into it. Like
That's
he
true.
was.
I
in
need to
way
see
too
it real.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
what
think
you going
I
with,
even
King?
I knew the Danes was fake on old dog cars. Like, I mean, on Kane cars. Like, why you got
I
these
think that nigga
crowns
was
on there?
too. He like my dad when I asked him did he watch Snowfall. He
He
was
was
like,
a
nigga, I did
5.0
Snowfall.
out. He was a
That's it.
5.0 out. What you talking about?
But
He
he
made
had
double
crowns.
D's,
Them
double
ain't Danes,
D's.
bro. Them ain't Dayton's. Why they didn't get no real Dayton's? It's a whole movie with millions of dollars. Why would you not have real Dayton's on the damn car?
That's your boy John Singleton, man.
No,
That's
that
your
was
boy.
not John.
No,
That
that
was
wasn't John. That wasn't John. My bad.
and
Who
the funny
was
is,
that? That
I
was the
like
brother. That was the brothers,
I
right?
like
The Hughes brothers. The Hughes brothers.
Menace
That
to
was the Hughes
Society
brothers.
is like, for the Hughes brothers, I like, my favorite movie is the Denzel movie, Book of Eli.
Where's the Hughes brothers from?
We're gonna leave
They
that.
from
No, Book Eli was fire.
somewhere else. Book of Eli.
It's
Fire.
alright.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
straight.
fire.
Where they
If
from? Where they from? Glasses? Where they from?
that he was
Colors
blind
is a
the
white
whole
movie,
time.
Halim.
Oh,
No.
wait.
We're not putting colors in. We're not putting colors in. We're not putting colors in.
I
These
don't know.
movies are all done by black directors. We're not playing that.
Hey, you got your cousin right in front of you, nigga.
So where's the Hughes brothers from? Where's the Hughes brothers from?
I don't know.
They from that side though, right? They from the left
I
side?
don't think so.
I think they're from your side.
No, they not.
They from
They ain't
somewhere
doing
else.
They ain't doing that.
Let's look it up.
Wait, who y'all
They-
talking about? The
they-
Hughes brothers?
Yeah,
They
where
might be
they-
from Idaho. They might be from Idaho or some
They
shit like
from your
that.
side.
They ain't from like
I think they're from like New York somewhere.
They from somewhere else.
Where they from, Coach?
I'm about to look
Albert
it up right now.
Hughes brothers.
I think they're from like New York,
No, I'm not doing that.
Chicago, New York.
We're not doing that. We're not about to do that. You're not about to put Hughes brothers on.
Wait, why they can't? Let me see. Birthplace. Why they
they
can't do
Detroit.
See,
Detroit.
Chicago,
Okay, Midwest. All right, Midwest is about right. Midwest is
Oh, they
about
moved
right.
to Claremont at 9.
Claremont,
That's
California.
California. That's California.
They from here.
They're from California then. Thank you. Okay, cool. You're not putting that on us. You're not putting that on us, B. You're not doing that.
They moved here when they was
Not
9.
Wait, what's wrong with the
The
Hughes?
9 is enough.
Put them on y'all. What's wrong with the
Yeah,
Hughes
what you trying
brothers?
to
I'm
say?
just saying.
Yeah, the Hughes
Because
brothers.
Tupac smacked them niggas up, so I ain't doing
I mean,
with the name
you
right
know, and they got hit by Tupac. That was
there.
that's
Yeah,
a
Tupac smacked them up, and then like that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Like that, bro. Don't do that.
who the Hughes
I'm
brothers.
just saying. That's what they did. That's what happened, though. It's in the books already, though, B. I'm just reading what's in the books. B.
Glasses think he dope boy. I think.
No, Book of Eli
Definitely
is
do.
the best movie.
That's a great movie for them. That's a great movie for them.
They
That was
second
cool. I
movie.
like their
Yeah, they did their
presidents.
presidents. They did their presidents too.
Their presidents was
Yeah,
fire.
That was
number
their second
one.
movie.
That's their best movie.
That's a great movie. That's a great movie
I
for
love
them. That's a great
that
movie. For them.
No, but I like
Eli
Book of
did
Eli
their
more.
presidents.
Book of Eli.
Nah, I think I like their presidents better. I like their presidents better. Yo, King, what's your order, King? King?
I'll probably go South Central first.
He seemed like a South Central nigga.
Yeah,
South
South
Central.
Central.
Yo, this shit little Ray out there. This shit Ray out there.
South Central is really dope.
Yeah.
What's funny is South
It's
Central is
bullshit.
closer to the gangbanging experience
That's what
more
I'm
than Menace to
saying.
Society.
Yo, listen, I should have put original Gates in the shit there. They look about that.
Yeah, it's really
Fuck outta
odd.
here.
No.
No.
And that's why I look at it that
Hey,
way.
when I was
It's
watching
really
South
odd.
Central, when I watched South Central, it reminded
You
me
gotta be
of
like,
my
damn,
childhood.
this
a lot
feel
more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey, my niggas felt like my daddy to me. Like I was like, that nigga seemed
That's
like
why I
how
say
grew
South
up.
Central.
Like,
South
I
Central.
promise you. Like when I watched South Central, I was like,
Willie Manchester gauged that nigga for stealing his radio, and Ray Ray was paying them niggas $20,
Man,
$100.
that was real to me. That was like
Ray
really-
got them out there selling rims right now, man. Look,
Yeah.
they got a crackhead down pat though.
Everybody hood got a loco.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had local down pat. They had local
They
down pat.
had
That was
Bear.
perfect.
They
That's
had
what I'm
Ray Ray.
saying.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
that shit was
like,
perfect.
That shit.
It-
Hey,
South
the more
Even though
I
I
thought about
Number
like,
one is
even though
crazy,
Menace
though.
Society is a bigger movie,
No, but South
I'm not gonna lie,
Central,
South
man.
Central kind of nailed it.
Nailed
Where you
it.
like,
Yeah.
damn, this is weirdly
that's why I had to go
interesting.
South Central over Juice, man.
I
I
think
love
it
Juice.
nailed
No,
it
no,
better
no,
than
South Central
you
was
know,
just-
King,
boys.
I'm gonna get my
as far as
five. I'm gonna
the
get my
way it
five.
looked, like, nailed
Can you
it
finish it
was.
though, King?
man.
What you saying now? I'm gonna get my
Yeah,
five
you
though
got
one
what?
time.
You got
I got South
You said
Central.
South Central.
Then I got New Jack City.
New Jack
Okay,
City is fire.
okay.
Then I got Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
Then, to me, Juice and Menace is about the same. You know, to me, on the same level to me, because I think it doesn't depict what it's supposed to.
What's funny
like
is I
should be.
really like Juice, man.
Hey,
But
King
I'm
is
about to give you
big
my
favorite.
five. I'm gonna give you the reason
What's
too.
your five?
King list is the best.
All right.
King list is the
All
best.
right. So what I'm doing within my five right now is I'm basically gonna rate it off like the influence that they had within our culture like that though, B. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at the realness.
So it gotta be
Brad.
When
Boys
I'm, when I'm, no, it's Juice. Juice is first.
Juice had more
Juice
influence
is
on
first.
culture.
Glasses. You don't
In
know
New
this
York,
nigga? You
in
knew
New
he
York,
was setting this shit up to say
Yeah,
Juice
you
was number
knew
one.
that. Okay.
What was you knew that. You knew he was setting it up to say
Yes.
Juice. All right, but
Okay.
Juice, what else? New Jack City.
What was
Juice.
the influence? What was the
Jack City.
influence after?
Yo, bro, you had everybody, bro. First off, Tupac changed his whole career up
That was
after
a love
Juice.
story, nigga. Come on.
Tupac changed his whole
What was the
career up
influence?
before Tupac did Juice. He was a revolutionary activist. He did Juice and came out with a whole different character. I had homies in my hood. Hold on, please let me finish. I had homies in my hood, B, that I recognized as being Bishop, B. You know what I'm saying? I had homies in my it was just within like the whole culture within the robbery shit.
Do you notice how many lowriders you see around the country, around the world?
Hold on, let me finish. I said Juice first. Right?
I'm just saying influence.
No. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Let me get to
Let
New
me
Jack
finish.
City.
Let me finish first.
I'll take love and
So-
basketball over Juice.
Oh God. So now it's Juice first.
Uh-huh.
Then it's Boys in the Hood.
Oh, that
Oh,
Right?
God.
I got Boys in the Hood because I recognize, because me being from the West Coast, I feel like that was a great depiction on. No, me being from the East Coast. Excuse me. I seen that as being a great depiction on. That's how I vision what the West Coast was like, though. Within every angle, within the good guy, within the good guy having a brother who was gangster. That was a great depiction of what West Coast seemed like right there, right?
Yeah,
Of course, I'm going with Minister Society next. That was the wild out dude from the West Coast right there, right?
That was Juice.
Hold on. Then I'm going South Central.
Juice is like the same.
Then I'm going. Let me finish, please. Let me finish, please.
Let him
Let me land, please. You get internet. Yo. You see King get in. You see Coach get internet. Coach get internet. He get internet. We got him. We getting him. We almost got him. So now I'm going South Central because again, me being not from over there, I feel like it was a great depiction of what, you know what I'm saying, the West Coast was like within that time right there. And I'm saying from the person going to jail and his son being influenced by the people, the OGs in the hood and shit like that. And number 5, and I wish I ain't put this shit on the list.
New Jack City.
Nigga ratted in that shit, B. Fuck that nigga right there. He's a fucking rat. I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with New Jack City. I don't like New Jack City, B. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit though. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. And that's why coach be saying the shit that he be saying, because the shit like New Jack City, B. That's what I'm gonna say right there.
You don't think it got
The shit like New Jack City.
all the old dope dealers that they made the character after? Like all the Nicky Barnes and Frank Lucas?
Yeah, I agree. I think so.
Nigga, I had a car hall when I was young because of New Jack City. Nigga, I took an apartment complex.
That shit was great. New Jack City was great. And to that motherfucker told on Christopher Williams, B. If he ain't on Christopher Williams, if he ain't going, he ain't going.
He didn't snitch on Chris.
He said, Raheem from the bank. He's the motherfucker
lying on somebody.
I don't give a fuck. You snitch, nigga. You put somebody in jail to try to get up what the fuck you did. What the fuck you talking about? You being held accountable for what the fuck you doing, and now you put it on somebody else.
No, I agree. I agree. He's avoiding accountability, but it is
that's snitching.
And he made that lie up on that nigga like that.
That's snitching.
That's like if I was selling a bunch of dope, and I'm like, man, it was Coach, the educated brother from the school. I don't know. That's
snitching, B. That's snitching. No, that's snitching. No, that's snitching. I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
you gotta go in there and say that shit.
I can't snitch on
across
somebody
more like a
not doing
mastermind to
something.
me. Like it was kind of like ingenious what he did.
Yeah,
Like,
It was very
ingenious.
Frank Lucas-y.
Yeah, it was.
It was Frank Lucas.
But I'm not mad at it. I get what you said, but nah, Juice didn't have more influence than Boys in the Hood. You tripping?
Yes, it did.
No.
Yes, it did, bro. No. Listen. What I'm gonna say this though. It did. Listen, maybe in y'all area it didn't. Listen, hold on. I'm explaining to you right now. You gotta remember what took on in Juice though, B. Aside from them niggas bugging and robbing shit though, the DJing shit, B. That was big within the shit, B. After niggas seen,
we've been seeing DJs before that.
No, bro. It was the next evolution of being a cool DJ in a competition, B. That was dope, B. That was dope within saying that.
What became more of a
I guess it might be New York. I think this might be New York though.
Yes,
Might be
yes.
New York.
Yes.
All that gangbanging shit wasn't going on in 95. That gangbanging shit didn't start till about 97 and shit. When that gangbanging shit was being shown in New York, gangbanging started about 90. Listen, it might have started in 95 in New York. It might have started in 95. I'm talking about Bloods and Crips shit like that though.
Okay.
I'm not talking about, it was always, hold on. Like you say all the time, it's always been gangs in New
They
York.
just changed their names to just something different.
I'm talking about the Bloods and the Crips shit and all that shit, the way it was being recognized like that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't recognized until after Boys Juice shit that was going on in Juice. That was recognized in New York at that present time when it was going on, bro.
Colors first.
Yeah, but Colors was way more.
Colors turned out more motherfuckers than any of the other movies.
Colors ain't even a gangbanging movie.
It ain't hit New York though. It ain't hit New York like that though.
Crazy that Colors turn niggas out.
Turned everybody out.
Tacoma, maybe Tacoma it did. It didn't turn New York out though. Tacoma it might have did. Little Rock, Arkansas probably did. Not New York though.
Colors, a lot of shit got.
Yeah,
Colors is some shit. What's funny is Colors got 5 minutes of gangbanging in the total.
That's
it, really.
Think about it, bro. Like the whole movie is police is going around.
But they did such a good job with the 5.
Colors not damn near. Colors is a police movie.
Yeah, it's a police movie. It's a police movie.
With gangs, they show you one story of Rocket. He shot some nigga, and they was like, "Oh, the blood." And
that nigga was getting somewhere on the bike, though. That nigga was getting somewhere.
There you go. The co-star was Robert Duvall.
Yeah,
the third star was the little lady that was probably a white lady acting like a Mexican lady, a chola.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Strong was a bigger star than Rocket. Guess who ended up? This is how you judge the movies. If you really want to know where the movies is the shit, how many stars came from the movie? That's gonna tell you the greatest movie.
A lot came from.
So
Colors.
if you think of it,
you going with motherfucking white media now, B? The fuck out of here. Fuck Cisco and Ebra. Fuck Cisco and Ebra, B. Get the fuck out of here. You're not doing that, bro.
Launch it launched Wesley Snipes and Ice-T. That's big.
Oh, you talking about cinematography now? Get the fuck out of here, B.
I'm saying
I'm talking about culture. I'm talking about culture, B. I'm talking about culture, B.
Bigger stars in the culture. Who's the biggest star in the culture?
Trap don't like.
Listen, bro.
Listen, bro.
I'm not giving the rat the depiction of a rat anything. I don't watch American Gangster.
Wesley Snipes is a rat.
No, Nino Brown was a rat.
Oh, he talking about a movie character?
Yeah, he way.
Man, get the fuck out of here, Trap. I thought you was taking real life shit and putting it into movies. Man.
That's the only reason why South Central it didn't launch as many stars. It didn't launch a star.
Son came up with that shit though.
Ben Plummer was probably never been a star.
Braxton came up with that shit though, didn't he? Wasn't it Braxton in that shit?
Man, that's that bullshit original gangsters movie.
Oh yeah, that's y'all movie too. Y'all gotta take that one too. Y'all gotta take that one too. Original gangster was that shit too.
That was the bad.
Yeah, that nigga wore his do-rag. Yo, he wore his do-rag tied one time. The nigga wore his do-rag.
Hey,
tied one time to the.
Hey, that's.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy. That was crazy. He should have went to jail for that. Like. I watched that movie. I didn't understand what I was watching. Like I couldn't understand what area was that supposed to take place in.
Hey, tomorrow podcast, we're gonna break down New York slang.
Oh, don't do that. Do y'all's first. Don't do that. Do y'all's first. Because you know why? I feel like
I don't know what B mean.
Because you know what you're gonna do?
That is a good question.
Y'all don't see y'all always talk about us within Buffalo, right? You know what I'm saying? We don't give Buffalo enough pride. Hold on, let me say what I'm saying, please. Y'all don't give Buffalo. Y'all always say, yo, New York City don't give Buffalo enough props, this. Why don't y'all give, hold on, bro. Let me please say what I'm saying. If you want to talk about slang, nigga, the most slang came from the fucking Bay. E40 has invented the most slang.
I knew the Bay was coming up.
What's the problem?
What is going on here?
So we need to mention y'all first. Mention y'all first then.
Why are you looking at this like a bad thing though?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Just didn't know.
Because y'all don't recognize them. Why y'all don't recognize the Bay like that?
E40? What the fuck
you
you mean?
No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't. Y'all recognize 40. Y'all don't recognize 40. No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't.
No,
y'all don't.
He lost his mind.
I was just talking to my brother.
Who in the Mount Rushmore of the West?
E4. The Mount Rushmore is different. Too short to be first.
No, it's not different. Go ahead, go. Too short from LA. He's from LA. Okay, cool. He's from LA.
From Oakland.
No, he's not. He's from LA. Go ahead.
Is Too Short really from LA?
Yes, he is.
But he moved.
Yes, he is. He's from LA. Okay, cool. Go ahead, go. Who else?
But I'm saying, oh man, Trap.
What is happening?
What's happening is real shit.
Why are you making this a bad thing though? Like
who else is on your Rushmore?
Who else is on the Mount Rushmore? West Coast hip.
That's gonna be the only Bay nigga.
Probably be.
Didn't you say like
Short? Probably be Cube.
Did you say
It's
like
just rappers,
Hammer?
right?
Did you say like Hammer?
Yeah,
too?
rappers.
Mount Rushmore is so your George Washington will probably be Short or Ice-T, whichever one came out first.
Southern California.
So, okay. If we said Southern California, okay.
That's okay.
If it's just
No.
Southern,
I'm talking about the whole California. I'm talking about the whole
whole
California.
The whole West.
Yeah.
the whole West Coast.
Well, and why did I do that for? Why did I do that for though also too? Because the West
I
Coast
don't know.
ain't just
I don't know why they did
California.
that like that.
Did what?
You talking about because they only did SoCal?
Yeah, no. It's just the fact of, do y'all really feel like as if, where does the West Coast start at? Yo, hold on, King. Where does the West Coast start
Don't you pass
at?
Colorado?
You from Tacoma, King. They ain't recognizing y'all. They ain't recognize you.
Mix-a-lot is from the West.
Who?
Mix-a-lot is from
Well,
Seattle.
we
He's
said
from Seattle,
Mount
Tacoma.
Rushmore, and I don't look at Mix-a-Lot being on the Mount Rushmore.
No.
See,
So
he put him on. See, he ain't putting him on it though.
No, I'm not-
Glass
I'm
is
not
not putting him on.
But
I
that's
wouldn't
because-
either.
That's very inclusive. I
wouldn't put
I
Mix-a-Lot
don't
on the
count
Mount
Tacoma as the
Rushmore.
West either though.
All right,
the
go
West
ahead, though. Who else is in the Mount Rushmore?
That's what I'm saying. Your first is your token person, either gonna be Short or Ice-T. The first one. That's your George Washington. Right? Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right. And then you have the person who took it nationally first. That's probably gonna be Ice Cube.
Okay.
Right. And then you have the person who probably took it internationally. Right. That's
Who would that be?
Snoop Dogg.
it's either gonna
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop or Hammer.
See, I
Oh
thought
damn, Snoop and him is crazy.
I told you we thought we mentioned
might
Hammer
be
being
two,
up
might be
there.
two niggas from the over
Yeah,
there.
that's kind of crazy right there. Snoop and him. Where you going with?
Snoop or Hammer.
Where you going with, Coach? Where you going with?
Worldwide. Worldwide.
I mean,
Okay, because look at it like this, right? Again, George Washington is the first, right? And I would really have to get into a deep conversation to figure out which one of them is first, because I think Ice-T had
Who you say was first? Who you say was first though?
Short or Ice-T.
Short or Ice-T.
It got to be Short.
Who
gotta
came
be
out
Short.
first between Snoop and Hammer?
Short. Oh,
Hammer
Snoop and Hammer. Hammer came out first.
Snoop took it. Who went international first is a different conversation. Okay, so the
Well, I'm
Mount Rushmore is George Washington, right? He's on there because he's the first president of the United
Let's
States.
break it down. Let's break it down for they know. For they know what's
Then
in the hook.
Thomas Jefferson's on there because he also expanded the United States of America to the West. I mean, Louisiana Purchase, shit like that. He orchestrated.
Yeah.
Then you have what's homie name? The third dude,
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt is on there
Roosevelt.
of the deal he did for the Panama Canal. He expanded the United States of America's interests internationally. And then you have Abraham Lincoln, who restored the feeling of America. It's another way they said that's the hip hop.
He brought them
way of
back
saying it.
together. They was
Yeah,
brands.
he brought the
was
union
fractured.
back together. Like
Yeah, he
like,
brought America back together as one.
It's the way they see it. So it's like your first is your first, right? So that could be Ice-T or it could be Too Short. It's really tricky because Ice-T put out his first record in 83, 84, so this Short.
And Short did too.
Either one of them two, Ice-T had the first hit record. Six
So I
in the
think
Morning is the
Ice-T gotta
first
go.
record out of them two.
Ice-T got to be number.
Six
I don't know. You know why? No, only reason why I'm gonna say this. Hold on, let me say this.
First hit record from the West.
All right, so let me say this then, right? So the only reason why I want to give it to Ice-T is this. Now, Ice-T did 6 in the Morning, but 6 in the Morning was resemblance to what song though?
But only
It wasn't really. He wasn't really showing what California sound like. I think when Short came out, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, nah.
That actually make a little bit of sense, right?
But I wouldn't do that only because at that time all hip hop sounded like that. Even Short
But-
shit like wasn't necessarily like it had.
Nah, Short sounded like Cali. Short sounded like Cali.
Short defined Cali and like Short sound became the father of G-Funk, but that's 87, 88.
No, I think back then in '83 when Short came out. Like, listen, I was with I woke up the other day, right? I'm in a group chat with Lake and fucking Dirty, and they going crazy on the East Coast. Yo, this, that, they saying crazy shit, right? So I started playing fucking EPMD for them and all that shit. This nigga Lake started talking about the bass lines wasn't going on before the West Coast did it. So I played the whole EPMD shit. But then Dirty went back, and I never heard Short back in '83. Short was really like when I done heard OG say the shit that the depiction of what West Coast hip hop sounded like was supposed to sound like. didn't really get grabbed onto until Short came around though.
Yeah, but
because
that was Short in 87, 88 though. Because Short was still fucking with reggae. You got to think like song like Blowjob Betty is a reggae song. You got to remember hip hop was still looking to New York for ideas. So they had to take what New York gave them and then they made them their own ideas. Like Ice-T had to switch. Like Ice-T was talking about it and he was saying that like when he was making his first record, he got his first record in 83. And he said after that he got a deal and they kept trying to get him to make records, but all the records sounded way too much like New York. Like they sounded because that was the only shit happening. And when he heard the Schoolie D, Unknown started making a beat. And his homies was like, hey man, don't rap that East Coast shit. Rap our life. Rap how it's happening for us. And the first thing he said he did was he stopped talking about DJs and MCs. Short did the same thing in like 87 and 88 to me.
What year was that Ice-T did it?
That's 86.
Okay.
But that's just the rapping. The music was Short, right? Which kind of birthed. So 87, 88 is when Short really start experimenting with funk, which got something to do with EPMD too. You know what I mean? Niggas don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of niggas was off that EPMD. So Short got into his funk bag, right? And he's producing. Don't Fight the Feeling is the unsung hero of the G-Funk movement. So it's kind of like those two things together. You know what I mean? You got the way we all story tell, which is 6 in the morning as an MC, right? Because remember, Tone Loc, you know, Wild Thing is that song. Boys in the Hood is 6 in the morning. Tonight by DJ Quick is 6 in the morning. Ice Cube song, Today Was a Good Day at 6 in the morning. Warren G Regulate is 6 in the morning. Motherfucking Murder Was a Case is 6 in the morning. All these songs are 6 in the morning, birthed out of that style of MCing. But Short, right, what Short was doing, right, musically, how he started to use funk, right, that became the cornerstone of how we started to make music. So it's kind of weird to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard because it's like I know what both of them did and I could pinpoint when it changed for them. Yeah. So early Short, Blowjob Betty, right, is reggae. Nigga, it was New York was already this KRS One time. Yeah. So it's kind of weird. Now, Don't Stop Rapping was a little bit different. It was kind of like break beats. It was just different. That was his first thing in 83.
Production was all Larry Smith shit when he was first doing it in 83, though. That was Larry Smith whole shit, though.
Right? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So they didn't have nobody else but to look up to but this. You know what I mean? Nigga, it's Larry. Larry is the one.
Yeah.
So
I get with that. So let's go with it. George Washington.
It's hard because
give it to somebody. You gotta do it. Who you giving it to?
Ice or Short?
If we talking about MCing, I'll say if we say MCing, I'll say Ice-T.
All right, so we're going Southern. So we're going SoCal. Go ahead. All right.
No.
So now,
I'm not going SoCal because again,
you're going New Jersey. You're going New Jersey then. You're going New Jersey then because IT from New Jersey.
West Coast, Mount Rushmore. Your first MC that styled the way that we style to this day is probably Ice-T.
Okay.
You get New Boys in the Hood because of Ice-T.
New Jersey. Okay, right? Cool. Yeah, all right, so let's keep going.
You can call it in New Jersey.
Now, who took it from east, west to east? Stupid. Obviously, the nigga that went and did the album with the Bomb Squad. That's gonna be
Ice Cube.
Thomas Jefferson.
Ice Cube.
Who'd you name for Thomas Jefferson?
Got to be Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
That record with the Bomb Squad and dropped this platinum album. Right. It became a thing, and in theory, it could be Hammer.
Instead of being the third row.
Because Hammer went.
I think Hammer was so commercial though, bro. It's like
okay.
Hammer might have to go towards like Abraham Lincoln or something like that though, bro.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you why that doesn't happen, right? So now you move forward, you have Cube or Hammer, but both of them went coast to coast. They became the first two acts that went coast to coast at a high level.
89. They were both 89 too. That's crazy.
Well, no, Cube is later. Cube is 90.
Well, some of my solo Cube was 90. Hammer was 89 now. Hammer was 89.
89 and all that, right? Okay, boom. And then you have like, who's the person that took it international? It's probably gonna be Dog. Dog was like a big deal. Like Dog shit.
You guys gonna hate my Lincoln choice.
That's three. That's three though. You don't even name three just now. What's your fourth one?
And then who when everything tried to do it, it's probably game. Weird.
Game.
I'm gonna say Dot.
Game.
Dot.
Yeah.
Why you think they? Why you think they like that?
Because I think Dot just brought the whole country back together.
Game. Yeah, bro, you gotta stop this bullshit, dude.
It's
You
not
gotta stop
bringing
this bullshit.
It's bringing the West.
You gotta stop
Don't
this
support
bullshit.
the feeling of the West.
Kendrick.
Now I'm
I'm
saying
with you, Trap.
I'm saying that was this last break.
I'm saying this. I'm with you.
I'm
Trap.
talking about when the first West Coast broke. When the first West Coast break happened.
Yeah. Listen, all Game did was bring y'all back. He didn't even stand there when y'all was coming back. It was done after that, man. He brought y'all back. He fell back. He brought you back and it fell back, B. What the fuck out of here, B? You ain't about to do that.
Look, I'm telling you the truth. Like when it was a space from when the West Coast was at its prominence to when it when the industry levels, they was like, y'all killing rappers.
Okay, yeah,
not
saying
y'all
West
nothing.
Coast. Okay, you saying West Coast.
Who
okay.
restored that West Coast? Who
West
did
Coast.
that thing? You know what I mean?
I'm thinking country, West Coast.
Chuck.
You talking
Man,
about
I'm not getting at the Chuck, B. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, B.
He
Not doing
preserved
that,
the
bro.
West. He preserved the West.
It's Kendrick, B. You're bugging. It's Kendrick, B. We're not about to do that, B. We're not about to do that. We're not about to do that, bro.
We're talking about West Coast. We're
We're not
talking
about to
about
do
West Coast, Trap. Not national, just
I'm
West
just
Coast.
saying.
No, but that position is the West Coast with them going national and making that shit out there, B. Yes, Game. Listen, first off,
Game restored the West Coast
let me
when the
say
West
this, please.
Coast went through a phrase.
Let me say this,
Like a
please.
phase where they was dry.
Let me say this, please. Let me say this, please. And after I say this right now, you're gonna see what I'm saying, though. He didn't do that shit on his fucking own, B. He had a Queens nigga on his fucking pen to do that shit, B. Kendrick did it on his own, B. The fuck is you talking about right now, B? Kendrick did it on his own.
Nobody
Did it on his own. Ain't nobody.
Nobody's on their home. There's people helping with every hook a lot of times in hip hop.
How you swipe left on them like that, Trap?
I never heard about it from Kendrick.
I think
Did it on his own. Did it on his own.
I think Dot had help with.
He held the coast down on his own, not with the help from a nigga from Queens.
I don't think it. That's not true.
11 underdogs on top, and I'm gonna shine.
Of course, people. but what I'm saying is, before you get that far, what about the stretch that there was one person who preserved the Union, who preserved the West? That one person would be Game.
No, he didn't, bro. Not the way Kendrick did.
You're talking.
Yo, bro, Kendrick held y'all down, B.
You talking about 6-7 years later after we was dry for 6-7 years before it. You can't deny that this nigga brought the West back
with the help of somebody else.
Every last
let's not get confused, B. Dre had that nigga on the label for a long time and he couldn't do shit. Until a nigga from Queens said, yo, you know what? Come get down with G Unit, bro. I'm gonna get you popping. Kendrick ain't do that, B. He did it on his own.
Shout out to No Cuz who makes a good point. Pac united the West.
That's a good one. But he from Baltimore. But he from Baltimore though, bro. So chill out.
No,
I'm not going with niggas that's from half niggas. I'm not going with the half. We ain't going with the half lemonade, half iced tea shit. We ain't doing that. Who from Compton?
Strictly California people, huh?
Yeah, bro. When I sit here, I'm gonna name niggas. I'm not gonna name niggas who fucking dibbled and dabbled in different states.
So if I ask you who is the Mount Rushmore of New York producing, you would say Premier.
Set him up for this one.
Fuck Premier. I don't fuck a Premier.
All right. The lunch, the dinner table. Right now it's Tuesday and Thursdays. We think about what we're doing again. We can trap delusion. That's the end. Not even gonna do this no more.
No, you know why? You know why I don't do that though? No, glasses. Because I feel like people give a lot of credit to Premier as within like. Listen, let me say it though. I love Premier. Never get it fucked up. I love Premier though, but Premier style came from New York style, and he just did like that though. So people from Houston like to go, yo, Houston niggas gave y'all sound. They didn't give us our sound, B. Marley gave us our sound.
Y'all getting beat down.
No, nigga, come on, bro. I got almost all throughout this shit without y'all niggas saying.
Bro, my bad. Yeah, bro.
Goddamn king. Hey, but
what do you mean? I wasn't on the TV right here.
Before we get up out of here, make sure y'all go subscribe over there. What?
No Ceilings Podcast. Go on YouTube, subscribe, and No Ceilings Podcast. Check it out.
Put the link in the chat.
put the link in the chat for y'all. No Ceilings Podcast, man. Just subscribe on that page. You got to build this page up and get this thing cracking. This nigga Trap is
Who says
losing.
F Premier?
No, I'm not bugging. How'd I bug out though?
What
said
just
that?
happened, bro?
About Premier?
Yes, bro.
Bro, listen, bro. I can name 5 producers right now that Pete Rock is better than
I don't even
Premier.
want to do this, bro. I don't
Pete
even-
Rock is better than Premier, B. Like, come on, bro. Marley better than Premier, B. We not about to do that shit, B. That motherfucker wasn't doing.
The F Premier is enough for me.
Who said
Yo,
that?
bro, no. What I'm saying is this though, because people like to feel like as
What
if
you said.
Premier gave us our sound. Premier gave us our sound, B. Premier gave us our sound.
I don't know about sound.
Diamond D from New York. Lord Finesse is from New York.
Oh, thank y'all for coming to No Ceilings Live.
Man, come on, bro. Lord Professor from New York. Lord Professor from New York, B. We're not doing that.
Pacific Standard
Kill off
Time,
Trap.
right here on Digital Soapbox. Make sure y'all subscribe to that No Ceilings podcast, please. We will see y'all tomorrow, and then Sunday we're gonna decide and tell y'all how we're gonna do this thing.
What's going again?
No, don't tell me the
we don't wanna
game,
hear
Trap.
that.
Hey,
Trap King already
90-60.
fucking it up for me, man.
90-60.
Like, I do
Indiana.
not, man. I do not.
Indiana?
fucking-
Let's go.
Listen, I'm
Let's
a
go.
nigga.
Y'all want
We
my
will
fucking
see
burrito,
y'all.
coach. I want my fucking burrito, coach.
Hey,
For
no,
real, for real.
I can't hear you,
We
nigga.
will
Glass
see
already got
y'all.
mine. He already got mine. Glass has got mine.
We'll see y'all.
Who you take?
We will
I thought you
see
took
y'all.
All right, man.
We will see you
Peace.
guys tomorrow at
Peace.
noon. Much love.
Yeah, we be